share this video with someone. On the other hand, go to YouTube, Omegahause TV as well, and subscribe to our page. Someone may not have Facebook. You can still share the link. Go to YouTube, Omegahause TV, and then still share the link with someone. God bless you for joining us this evening. I'm so excited once again to be here, and I know you are excited to be here too. Like I always say, share this video with someone to encourage someone. Share this video with someone to bring someone to Christ. Share this video to tell someone that, you know what, no matter what you have done, no matter where you are, no matter what you are doing, what the circumstances may be, Jesus Christ still loves you and he can still save you. Tonight, I can't wait to tell you who we have on here. Tonight, look, okay, I'm going to give you a minute. Just still share this video. Still be sharing like I always do. I tell you to share. Just share. Share. I'm still waiting for you. Share this video. You've got about 30 more seconds. Share it with your brother. Share with your mom. Share it with your dad. Share with your friends, with your family, whoever you think needs to see this. As a matter of fact, everybody needs to see this. Everybody needs to hear the gospel of Christ.
That's right.
Everybody needs to be encouraged. Someone needs to hear this and know that, yes, Jesus Christ is Lord. He's still saving people and he will save till the end of time. Hallelujah. Amen. This evening, I have someone special with me. Hallelujah. Right. I have a lady with me, a young woman at that, relatively, a young woman, an entrepreneur. To be specific, she is an ambassador of the Princess Trust, and she is the CEO of Blooming Scent. Does that ring a bell?
Sure.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you tonight on my left, Miss Gina Moffatt.
Good evening.
Hi. And on my right, our own able evangelist, Bright Adade.
Good evening.
Ladies and gentlemen,
hello.
You are welcome.
Thank you.
All right. So now you know who we have on here. I still want to give you a couple of seconds to still share this video with someone.
Right.
Come on. I want to see you share. Share with someone. Subscribe to our YouTube portal. That's Omegahause TV, and like our Facebook page, Omegahause TV. This program is brought to you by kind courtesy of Blooming Scent. We have Blooming Scent CEO here today, and I can't wait for you to hear her story. It's mind-blowing how God transformed her,
right.
how she came out of
an ambassador.
Look, you need to hear this for yourself. So, well, you're welcome, Miss Gina Moffatt.
Right.
Okay, I'll call you Gina like I call you. So Gina, you know, this is my life is my testimony. I know you've got a great story that you want to share with us today. Tell us about you, about who you are, where you were, and how God brought you here.
Well, firstly, thank you so much, you guys, for what you're doing. It's so amazing. It's like inspirational to me. Like, you guys lifted me up thinking, I'm really busy today, but I thought, no, what you guys are doing is magical. And I really want to thank you for that. And I want to thank you from the whole community, all the things you're doing. Thank you, and carry on doing. And I'm going to be 100% behind you in whatever you do.
Thank you.
So
Thank you very much.
I would say my journey was, what could I say? I'm a Ghanaian. My mom and dad, I had a stepmother. My dad was amazing, man. Very hardworking. All they did was like work. But so it was just me with them at home. I've got a half sister who lived with their parents, so I was living like an only child, really, and I was really lost, and I wasn't good at school at all. Like, I literally, the GCSEs. Oh my God, my children are listening. My girls are listening to this now. Anyway, you know what mommy always says: education is key.
That's right. Wow. Education is always key.
I wasn't great at school. So I became the joke of the class. So I was very a likable person. The teachers all loved me. I got away with murder. So I became like, you know, any trouble, Gina would rise to it because that would take attention from me doing my work. So more time was getting sent to the office and stuff like that. So I became like that. And then, so I was a character where I had a lot of friends. Everybody wanted to be Gina's friend. And so any fights, what was to happen, I'll make sure I was the leader of that fight. I would make sure. To be honest, I was scared stiff. Wow. I was scared I was going to get beaten up, but my mouth was so big. It was like, I was giving all that attitude. And, you know, went through, done my GCSEs, got a couple of GCSEs, and I managed to, my dad was very strict. So he was like, literally, you have to go to college and stuff like that. But one thing I was good at, I was amazing in the kitchen. Oh, wow. Like, my talent, like when it comes to food, I started cooking at the age of 9. Because my stepmom was so strict, and it's like they would be working, and I'll make sure I've made the corned beef stew or the chicken is clean, so I know how to cut up chicken properly and stuff like that. So all those things, to me at that time, I was thinking it was punishment, but now I thank God for that because that's literally giving me that life skills what I didn't have. You know what I'm using it daily now. So I had. Go to church on Sundays. That's why I know that parents are so difficult. It was a thing in my house. Every Sunday, I'd get up, hoover the whole house, and go to church on a Sunday. And then on Monday will come, I've got 2 sets of outfits for school. I've got a set what my parents send me out in, and I've got a set of outfit what my friends want me to wear. So it was the little mini skirts. I would go out of the door in this long skirt. And then I'll go to McDonald's. Oh wow!
So let me just cut you there. How was your family setting like at home? What was it? What was there? How was it like?
Oh, very like my dad. They were very strict. But I got spoiled. My dad spoiled me rotten, but it was literally strict. I had extra lessons after school. I had, you know, literally, they gave me all what they could do possible. But I was never interested in school. So I would literally pretend I'm doing all the things they want me to do. I'm the nice girl next door. Yes, mommy, yes, auntie, and all that. And then when I go to my friends, I'm this rowdy girl who's on the high road, who's terrorizing everybody, and, you know, going to the shops. And, you know, it was so funny. There was one local shop, I think them times on the high road, Quick Saves, you know, literally terrorize all the shopkeepers, and they couldn't even talk. Wow. So, like, I'll just take everything on the shop floor, and that's me. You can't even stop me. Even the security guard would tell me, yeah, today's all right. I'm not there today.
He gave you a pass.
Yeah, he gave me a pass. He would just tell me, give me his old rota and say, I'm not in today, so you can go. You know, you can come today if you want. Do you know what I mean? So it was that type of thing. So I started off with that, and then finished school, went to college. So my dad took me to a college out of the area. Didn't want me to really associate myself with black people, so took me to a college outside. So it was to Hertfordshire College at that time. Not much black people go there, and the journey alone was a killer. So I started going, and I didn't find myself there. I couldn't relate to the people who was there. It was mainly, you know, why. It was really up there. I didn't fit in. I was doing catering, but I didn't fit in. So I was doing my Sitting Girls 706 and 707 in catering, but I didn't fit in. So then I started bunking off college now. Wow. I started not going, so I would detour and go. I would go and spend the day in Oxford Street or something, Chikadero, start meeting people, friends. Had met my first boyfriend, and so it was.
How old was you then? About these?
I was going to about 17, going 18. Oh, wow. And the funniest thing is, even all that going through all my emotions, but I hadn't done, you know, I was still a virgin. But I made that.
So you was a sly good girl.
Yeah, I was a sly good girl. I was scared of everything else. Right. And it was so funny. I used to make out to everybody, oh yeah, I've had this boyfriend, that boyfriend, just to fit in. Because you literally have to fit in.
So literally, yours was
a situation of... now.
So yours was a situation of you more or less like, should I call it peer pressure? It was
Peer
more
pressure.
like you wanted to fit in with your friends.
Yeah, I wanted to fit in. I wanted to be the leader of the pack. I didn't want to be a follower.
Oh, wow.
I wanted people to follow me. So if you're following me and you're doing certain things, what gives you that status for those times for you to feel, oh, they're doing this. I must say, oh, I've done it. I've done,
Done it all.
I've
You've
done
been
it
there,
all.
done
I've
that.
done that,
Yeah.
and all that time I haven't, and stuff like that. And one thing I praise my dad for, he always put it in my head that, never to try a cigarette, never to try and smoke weed, even drink. So I don't drink and smoke. And people always find that that's really strange because I'm always in the limelight of certain things, but I don't do these things.
So throughout all your time, sorry to cut you in the street, you never like got engaged into any drugs or alcohol or anything like that? Okay.
Never, ever. So it was so funny because he always made it to me because my dad was a mental health nurse.
Oh, wow.
So when I was growing up, we spent a lot of time at the hospital. So like when they have a summer faith, he would take me. When he's working, sometimes I would go and play with the patients and stuff like that. So he always say to me, because they were smoking, because they were doing it.
Wow.
So that brainwashed me, awareness of that.
Right.
This is what would happen. So that made me stay away from it. So I never even wanted to try it.
Okay.
For me to try it, it will make me feel like I'm gonna go mad. And the funniest thing, one time I was at school and there's pretend cigarettes because I wanted to fit in. It was cold, so I had a pretend cigarette, like a chocolate, but it looks like
hold it right there, Gina, before you continue.
Yeah.
If you just joined us, you're still on My Life is My Testimony. Like I'm still saying right now, just share it with someone that you think needs to hear. This is a great testimony.
That's right.
We have here today, if you just joined us, Miss Gina Moffatt of Blooming Scent. I don't know if that rings a bell, but yes, she's here with us today to share her life story with us, to tell us yes, no matter where you've been, no matter what you're doing, Jesus Christ still saves. Yes. Like I said, just subscribe to our YouTube page. It's called Omegahause TV. And on Facebook, just like our page, Omegahause TV as well. Yes. Wherever you are, just share with someone and you're welcome. So, Miss Gina, yes, you're saying.
So the cigarettes, it was a pretend cigarette and I had it in my mouth, but it was winter time and it was cold. So unluckily for me, one of my aunties was driving past and saw it from a distance. So got home and said, oh, I saw Gina smoking today.
Wow.
I got the beating of my life. And there was no school in social services then.
Oh, man.
And I was like trying to say, no, it wasn't a cigarette. It wasn't a cigarette. And until this day, I never tried smoking. I don't drink. And I'm thankful for that.
Glory be to God.
So from that, finished school, and then I started hanging around with, so when I started seeing, boys started coming involved in my life, started seeing different guys, not seeing like dating them, but it just became like a thing where I became, where people was giving me like knives to keep for them underneath my bed.
Was that which people? Guys on the streets or
guys
the ones that was actually doing what crimes on the roads or what type of people?
I would say crimes on the road. I would say crime on the road, but it was like a thing like, Gina, keep this chopper for me, keep this for me. So I started keeping it, and this time I was around 17.
17.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So when I started banking off college and going to out of the ends and stuff, people start giving me weapons to keep. And I'm not a small girl. I'm a built girl, and I know I act like I know how to handle myself. One among the lot, I know how to handle myself. I'm one of those that I'm a go-getter. I don't just lay back and stuff like that. And so I started carrying the weapons, and I remember, I don't know what my stepmother was doing in my room. I shouldn't even say stepmother. Yeah, she was. She went and found a knife in my room underneath my mattress. I don't know what she was doing there. But they found it straight away. They didn't say anything. They booked her ticket. We're all going on a family holiday to Ghana. And left me in Ghana for 2 years.
Wow. But this was at 17.
That was at 17.
That must have been a big shock.
That was the biggest shock of my life. Wow. So all of a sudden, I'm in Ghana. So we was going on holiday, coming back. With my cousins.
Before you talk about Ghana, basically, your kind of character, I would say, brought you to the limelight? So you got the attention from the boys, and then they sort of like, that's Gina. She's causing trouble here and there. She's a, like pack leader. She's leading.
Yeah.
Was it an issue of? Did you have a group? Did you sort of have your little girls?
Yeah, I had friends, and I hung around with boys more than girls.
Okay.
I found girls. I didn't really have. I had, like, I would say 3 or 4 girls we would be together with the boys, but I was always part of the boys. I didn't fit in with girls. I just find that girls are very annoying. Right. Girls are not go-getters, and and they're very girlish, and I'm not very girlish. I'm into the tracksuits and trainers. Right. Like even now, with my trainers, tomboys. Do you know what I mean? And I was always that type of girl, so I fitted in with the boys more than the girls. So
what areas was this that you guys was sort of?
I was Edmonton, Tottenham. Then I started hanging out at Hilford. Then I started going Brixton, and literally just started doing the ends thing.
You was in the south.
Yeah. So started dating some guy from south. Do you know what I mean? Just all different circles. And the funniest thing, I never used to date Ghanaian guys. Oh wow. I would not date Ghanaian guys. It was just like, no, that's not me. I'm not doing. So then when I went to Ghana.
Yeah, for the 2 years.
For that 2 years.
What happened then?
How old were you then? 17, 18? Still 17?
18.
Okay.
So I was in Ghana for 2 years, and Ghana changed my life. Ghana saved me. I would say when Ghana saved me in a great way, because I went to Ghana, hated my parents for leaving me there. Within 2-3 months, I didn't want to come back to England. So 2 years later, my dad, for him to be able to get me over, they was trying to get me over, and I wouldn't come.
Okay.
And my dad literally tricked me to come back. She said, "Oh, just come and do some clothes shopping. I'm not sending you no more clothes. If you want anything, you're old enough. Come and get your own clothes or stuff like that." And I came, and then when I got here,
took your passport.
So you know a bit about Ghana, yeah? Just coming to how was the experience like? What kind of things was you doing in Ghana that kind of engaged you, and how was the difference comparison to in the UK?
Do you know what? Ghana, it was enjoyment every day for me. I'm not even gonna lie. I was partying every day. I was and I wasn't playing to go nowhere. Everything was getting paid for me. I would say, but what made me understand?
You have a bit of culture shock.
Yeah, culture shock in the sense that everyone wanted to be a doctor or a lawyer, or education comes really key. Like, do you know what I mean? We're here. If you go to school, they say, "Oh, you can work at McDonald's, or you can work in Argos, or you can." Do you know what I mean? There's no push. You're just like, you could be 13 and you be in class 1 or whatever. Yeah. But here they just push you along. You're just going like a train. Do you know what I mean? But there, you don't want to be in the bottom of the class all the time. It's a competition. Everybody wants to be first. No one wants to be second. Second is not acceptable. Right. Do you know what I mean? So Ghana, I started seeing how people live. So my mom, my real mom, was in a room with like about 8 people. And then when you go to my dad's house, my dad we got the big house and stuff like that. I got a room to myself. But even that, I enjoyed it more with my mom because it was like a road, and it was literally, everyone was. You wouldn't know what you're eating, but it's like I was happy, if that makes sense. Yeah. So I was from England, and I'll be on top. I would be in the bed with my mom, and I'll be in bed with my mom. Right. And then my cousins and that will be all lying down, and then there'll be some people lying in the living room. And that really made me understand that, we take things for granted, Yes. Mm-hmm. It's like when you ask someone to even share their room, I don't want no one sharing my room with me. In that stage, there was 8 or 10 people in one room. Wow. Mm-hmm. And that made me see that, I want more of my life. I want more. I like nice things. I want to be up there. Do you know what I mean? So when I came back to and then when I got back to England, my dad was like, you have to work for your own clothes if you want to do your own shopping and So my uncle got me a job where he worked, and is called Metal Box. They used to do like light switches and stuff like that. So I used to check the little bits. So this time I'm about 19 now, and then my dad and my stepmom decided to go to Ghana to live. So they left me my flat, and
so you were basically alone then?
I'm basically alone.
At what age was this?
So this was going 19. 19.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So going 19. So when so I had no I had no husband, so like, wow.
No supervision, nothing.
Nothing. It's like,
Right.
it's all started again. Do you know what I mean? It's like freedom again. Like, you know, what I was saying, like, people were like, can come to my house anytime. Sleepover, have parties every day, go out every day and stuff like that. And the thing is, I'm a person who always like nice things. I know how to hustle for money. I'm a person, I can work all day and night. If I want something, I would be able to get it. And I started getting into fraud.
Wow.
So the fraud thing was, it started off with my own my checkbook. My own personal one, and I said, I've lost it.
Hold on there. Hold that thought right there. Viewers, it's getting interesting and more interesting. If you're watching us, this is still my life. It's my testimony.
That's right.
Like I always say, if you haven't liked our page, go and like our page. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube page, which is Omegahause TV on both portals, Facebook and YouTube is Omegahause TV.
Right.
Just subscribe to our page on YouTube. Just like our page on Facebook. Share this video with someone right now. If you just joined us, you're still tuned in to My Life is My Testimony. We still have Miss Gina Moffatt of Blooming Scent. Still speaking. She's sharing a great testimony right here. Like I always say, I don't want you to take this blessing alone. Share it with someone. Share it with your neighbor. Share it with your friend. Look, just go onto your YouTube, copy the link, send it to everyone on there. If they don't have Facebook, like I said, go to our YouTube, Omegahause TV, and copy our link and share it to anybody. YouTube is accessible to anybody, everybody. Every phone has a YouTube app on there. So just share this video. Like I say, just keep sharing. Miss Gina, so you were saying, yes, you got into fraud. That's what we got to.
Yeah, I got into fraud, making big money. And with me, it wasn't all about, it didn't become like about the money. It came about more of the thrill that you get this energy, and you feel like, I'm on top of the world, and whatever I want, I'm going to get, and stuff like that. And I would say all the money, it was so funny, all the money I was making, I was using it to buy stupidness. I wasn't really investing that money where I would say I invested that money to do this. It was literally going to the big shops, to Harrods, just shopping all day and night, and just splashing the money, because I didn't even value it. I didn't even value the things I had. Do you know what I mean? And I wasn't a girly girl, so people around me benefited more than I benefited myself. So I was doing it for people, not for myself. So it was just becoming ongoing. Got arrested, got onto probation.
So you were saying that the fraud started with your checkbook?
Yeah, my checkbook. I worked out. I said, I lost my checkbook, and I was caught. I used it all, and I said, I've lost my checkbook, and I don't know where it is. And they refunded me all the money, and I thought, oh my God,
this is nice.
This is nice.
Do more and more.
And did that lead you on to other things? Did other people get involved, lead you into more other things in terms of fraud or?
Oh yeah, fraud. Like doing people's getting doing bank transfers, getting people's accounts, literally going to shops with other people's cards, and it was so funny. Like it was just because you feel like that's what I always say to people. Like my daughters now, I try to advise them. With a guy, who can always use you because you're female, because they look at you differently. So people will look at me differently when I'm swiping. Do you know what I mean? So it's always good when a guy, like, oh yeah, I'm Britain, oh that's my husband, we're painting this colour, we're doing this. But literally, you have to have this other pretend that you're somebody else. This card. Sometimes I used to go into character. I research the card I'm holding and go into character.
So that's like the influence of what the street life it does, because you see a lot of luxury things and things that are attractive, and you're engaged to want to get quick money. To actually end up looking good on the outside.
Because you calculate, you go and work at that time they'll probably pay you like £4 something, £5 something an hour.
That's right.
Where a few minutes you can be making enough grands and 10, 20 G's and stuff like that. And so why are you gonna work for that kind of money? But it's so funny. I'll get to that stage, to that later on. I'll tell you, I value every pound I make more now than any money what came into my hand. Right. And now, if I even make £1, I'm the most tightest person you can meet. even my friends always say like, you got the money, spend it. I was like, what do you mean I got the money? What does it mean that?
Right.
Well, I would go to the sale. I don't buy things just like buying sake.
Is it because of your experience from those days of doing fraud? Is that what's made
No,
you
because
feel
I
this
know
way, or is it because you made you value the money, made
No,
you
I
value
just
money
think,
and
no,
wealth?
I don't even think that. I just think the harder you work, the more you want to preserve your money.
Right.
You know how you sweated for that money.
Right.
So the money becomes something. Do you know what I mean? Because I've got a mentor, James Khan, the guy from Dragon's Den.
Right.
And when we had our first meeting, James always said to me, Gina, it's so funny. He wanted me to do a job for him for his book launch.
Right.
And he wanted his daughter to come to me. So me and the daughter to go and plan this big event.
Right.
And the man called me on a Sunday night about 9:30 because I was meeting the daughter the next morning. Said, Gina, make sure you show a cheap option or put a big price tag on top between me and you.
Right.
This man who's got millions and millions didn't want to spend. He wanted to save every penny
he can.
because he knows every penny. He goes, every penny counts. And I'm thinking, for you, a big millionaire like yourself, to be calling me on Sunday at 9 something is something what he's thinking about.
Right.
That boy, they're going to be spending money. So
Right.
make sure you make the cheaper option make very attractive
Right.
to my daughter, because maybe she's on a spending spree. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So that really taught me that it's not people, like we put price on things. The more expensive it is, the more we think it's nicer.
You're right.
Do you know what I mean? Just say a designer brings out a shirt because it's got that designer's name on it. It's the same plain white shirt. You could probably get it for Asda's for £5. But you go a big label, you paying double.
So you think that's what leads a lot of the youth, like who's engaging, to seeing a lot of the flashy stuff, and they feel that they have to do anything by any gain or any means to actually go and get in this instant. Like for example, you see there's a lot of music and a lot of videos and things that portray having the flashy cars, having a nice chain, having a nice jewelry. And, when you're talking about fraud, because obviously in some of my life, I've done a bit of that as well, fraud and all of that, bank card, doing transfers, going, buying things online and getting it sent to you. And all of these were just because obviously, like, it is, a lot of it was just like influence from friends and other people engage you. You see them having nice clothes and you feel like you want to get in, and they'll say, oh, this is the quicker way to do it. But all those things are negative and it's wrong. Right, obviously looking back at it now, and I knew that it was not the right thing to do. But you see, the instant is that at all those pressure and the things that we see in today's world, that's what engages a lot of people to feel that they're quick to go and earn quicker money.
Yeah.
And like exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time, as we are now, we can look back and say that it was not the right way to live.
Yeah.
Because you realize that the money that you're spending, even if you're doing fraud or earn quick money of doing drugs, you realize that those times when I was living like that, and I was, I had people out there, doing certain drugs for me or myself, and a lot of money was coming in. All of that time that when that was happening, I never saw the value of the money. I saw that it was quick and it was easy.
Easy, yeah.
It was too easy to get.
Yeah.
And anything you see is that the money comes with wings. Anything that you get too easy, it quickly goes.
Yeah.
I could not count for one of the money that whatever I done with the money.
Yeah, you could never count
So
for it.
so what you're saying is just perfectly on. That's why I'm just in contrast coming in to share a bit of what you experience in that sense.
So Gina, at what point did it get bad? Like,
What point did it get bad?
because you just told us that now
So
more of you know what, this is nice. Now I figured out to get money quick.
Right.
Maybe your greed is getting higher.
it got really higher. Where it literally, I even went to and got a job at the post office just so I'll be able to do you know what I mean? Anything I wanted. That's where sometimes I think I'm highly favoured when I'm saying that, because anything I go for, I could go for any job and I would get it.
Wow.
And I know I'm not even qualified or whatever it is, but I will be able to it will just come easily for me. I'm blessed like that, and I'll never.
You got grace and
understood that.
favour.
Do you know what I mean? I never understood that. So it went one thing after the other. I was making money. Even the funniest thing, by this time my dad is living in Ghana, and I'll be sending. I'm a person. I like to give people things. I don't. like to spoil my little cousins.
Right.
You know, with the trainers, their parents wouldn't get them. I'll get it for them. Do you know what I mean? And stuff like that. And I always make it out to, oh yeah, oh this man down the road sold it to me for a tenner. Oh, this man down here sold it for me £5.
So you're saying that at a point in time, it brought a red flag. Your parents.
Oh yeah, you know, my family are very strict, like very on the books. My dad has never got a parking ticket. Do you know those type of things? So so my dad questions everything. So you know, I remember I got him. That was later on, years later on. I got him like a Rolex watch, and I had to pretend the Rolex. It's only when I ended up in prison, but that one will come in later.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll tell you about it. So I had to pretend that it was only £35.
Did they believe the stories that
you told them?
Did they believe the stories they told them? Because my dad knew that I was hardworking.
Okay.
About that time, I was working at Chase Home Hospital as a nurse. So I was able to, I'm going doing one more thing, but I'm still working as well. Okay. So obviously the working is just to show the family that I'm working.
Right.
All right.
But it wasn't about, so I would go in late and you know what I mean and stuff. And then even that, I was getting promotions quickly. Where, you know, so I later on left that job and then I went to Ghana. So every holidays I go to Ghana. Met my kids, the twin I had, met someone in Ghana, got pregnant, had twins. I got when I had twins, I think.
Were you still living that lifestyle? Were you still
this time
you were still doing things?
Oh yeah.
But can you share a bit of light on some of the things that you was doing? Like
I would say, okay, just before I gave birth to the even before giving birth to the twins, I'd done my whole house on cards. Get their nursery ready. All their clothes came out of Harrods. You know, literally everything they were wearing from Burberry's top to bottom, Gucci top to bottom and stuff like that. With my big belly, I was still out there.
Wow. Was you going to church then? Was you going to church? Did they ever come to you? What was your relationship with them at that time?
No.
So your parents were never in church as well?
No, my parents had moved to Ghana now.
Okay. No, so, but when they were here?
Yeah, we used to go to church every Sunday.
Okay, right.
But I used to go along just to go because they're going. It's by force. There's no way you're going to stay in the house. There's no option that you're going to be sitting in the house. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
So while that was happening, you was not engaging in still your Christian life? Okay. Yeah. These were just you finding your feet in life?
Finding my feet. I've been left alone. Right. I'm here. I've got my own house. I've got my own flat. Everything's going great.
Keep going.
Yeah. Everything's going good. So then when the twins, I gave birth to them, that's when reality hit. Because the fast life I was living in, the kids slowed me down. So now I'm phoning people and it's like, whenever they're going out, I can't go out. I start getting really depressed. So I thought my dreams, I'm going to go to Ghana, marry the kid's dad, and we're going to live in this fairy tale lifestyle and stuff like that. And it never came to pass. Yeah, it never came into reality. So
obviously, God had a plan for you, a better plan for you.
Yeah,
really,
that really got me really depressed more, and I then start doing my fraud again. So I had people over, like an au pair, aunties over looking after the kids. So I didn't really do mummy bonding type of things with the baby. Right. I always say to the girls, now I've got twin boys again. Wow. And now I'm doing more with the boys. Right. Like I've changed diapers, and I was literally frightened. Right. 17 years apart because I never changed diapers. Like I only changed it like 5 times because I had people doing all those things for me. Right. So it was just, I was still wild. Yeah. Wow. And
so the fraud wasn't coming fast enough, so you wanted to try something else. So what led you to that side?
With the drug side, that's why I say, that's when I knew that the fraud was going, I was going too fast with the fraud. Right. Too fast. When I say
were there levels in that you got?
Yeah, because now I'm doing like where I've got people working in the banks. We've got big transfers coming in. I remember the day. So when I went to Ghana on holiday, and then a friend said, someone who I'm very close to said, "Oh, when you're coming back, bring some stuff I left for me." I was like, "No problem, that's cool. Yeah, that's nothing. I'm not bringing nothing back anyway." And not knowing until I got to Heathrow, realized there was drugs in the bag.
Wow.
What I came with. But then I know God put me there for a reason.
Right. Okay.
Because God wanted me to be put away. God wanted me to go there, and He didn't want me to go and fraud because
right.
I had been caught in so many times when it comes to fraud.
So this was not a fault of your own. Someone just put a package in your.
So did you like during? Let me just ask. During that period of fraud,
Yeah.
was there
the day I was coming back to London, I was meant to be picking up over 36 grand.
Wow.
Yeah, at that time from a bank.
Wow.
Yeah. So all my aim was I'm coming back.
Grand
yeah.
to get that
and
money.
because my birthday was going to be a couple of days after that. Do you know what I mean? So that's lined up, is ready. So there was like, I'm just coming back to London for that move.
Quick one,
do you know what I mean? And yeah, do you know what I mean? And the birthday, or like going to Florida, like going, you know, I was at those times I was partying with, you know, Archer brought you some pictures. Tyson Beckford, I was partying with that, you know, like the PDDs of those times. Ellen Kuja, I'm going to pool party, I'm flying to America for the weekend. Do you know what I mean? Those are the type of things I was doing. You had the luxury.
Well,
do you know what I mean?
that's really powerful.
That's so great. If you just tune in, we're still on My Life is My Testimony on Omegahause TV on Facebook, Omegahause TV on YouTube. Omegahause is spelled Omegahause TV. Is an Omega house with an A. Don't forget that, or you might get somewhere else. So like I said, we still have here Miss Gina Moffatt. It's very interesting. If you haven't still shared this with someone, share with a family member, share with a sister, share with a brother, share with a friend, share with your mother, your father, whoever that you deem fit that to think to share this video with. It's My Life is My Testimony. This show, this program is meant to encourage someone. This program is meant to bring someone out of the world to Christ. This program is to tell you that no matter what you have done, where you are, what you have done, it doesn't matter. God is not concerned. He's not interested in that. He's only interested in saving you. He's only interested to make sure that you will make it to heaven.
To God. That's
So this day, like I said, share. Just share this video. And one more thing, just keep your comment coming in. We're gonna open the phone line soon. It's on the screen right now. You're free to call us in and then ask us any question you want. And if you want to bring in a comment, feel free on our portal right now, and I'll read it out. I'll ask her or any of us that you want to ask any questions. Just put it on there, and we will read it. So, Miss Gina,
there's a call coming. The phone lines are open.
We've got a caller here. All right. Hello, caller. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, my name is Saskos.
Saskos, okay. Saskos, you said, right?
Yeah, Saskos, yeah.
God bless you for tuning in.
I was just browsing through the Facebook, and I came across this wonderful Omega TV that you guys have hosting a program on. It's quite an interesting program, but I'm a bit wondering.
Thank you.
Wonders shall never end. That woman, such a wonderful and powerful talks. I do respect her.
That's right.
Actually, she mentioned something like she's been in prison. So shy. So all women too can be in prison for doing fraud, yeah? All the same, something that I really thank God, because this is my life, it's my testimony. I really thank God for the changes, and then for giving that grace to come on air to share this testimony to encourage us. I've lost the way that I lost. So I believe that this program will bring a lot of changes to a lot of people out there, like myself.
Yes.
So God richly bless you. And then I want to hear more. I want to hear more, especially when she was in the prison. I want to know who brought her out, or what happened, what's the reason. I mean, I just want to know more.
All right.
Thank you, caller. We appreciate it. Gina,
thank you very much.
It looks like our listeners are very eager to hear that. But yes, we need to keep you in suspense a bit. I still want you to share that video wherever you are. Share it before we get there, because look, you cannot keep this to yourself. Wherever you are, just pick up your phone, share it. Just copy the link on YouTube or on Facebook. Like I said, if you don't have a Facebook account, look, it's still, you can still watch us on YouTube. Just copy the link, send this to someone, send it to your dad, your mom, your brothers, sisters, your family, your friends, whoever that you think that you need to share this, whoever that you think needs to hear this. Everybody needs to hear this. We need to be encouraged. We need to know that, you know what, it's not too late for us. We need to know that Jesus still saves. Hallelujah. Amen. So, yes, Miss Gina. I'm so amazed. You know, I don't even know what to say. But
wow, bless.
I used to have the impression. I didn't know, you know, women also could be that hard. You know, back in the day.
Live life like that.
Yeah,
London streets.
It's mind blowing because I would look at a woman on the streets and go like, oh, that's just another woman. But I wouldn't know. As you mean I had met you in a bank, I wouldn't know that.
You never put it past it.
No.
You would never even think that you would do that, basically.
I would never do that. I would never think that, you know what?
No, you wouldn't have.
No.
But you see, that's what makes life so interesting. And this is the reason for these sharing some of these testimony, because the people that sometimes you think that saints are people that do contrary different. Yeah. We all got a way of lifestyle. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And you know,
no one knows what's behind closed doors.
Exactly. And
behind closed doors,
it's very, very deep. And that's why we all got. It was never by a day. It was never by a chance. So you know, it takes a lot of courage for you know, a woman like her, obviously, to go for all and being here today and sharing. And what I was just gonna say is that you know, and then thanks to the caller that just called, it's very mind blowing and very interesting that the life that she lived. And I really wanted to also touch on it, just like you was. I know you're about to.
Yeah, I know everybody's eager to hear that side.
Because you have someone like yourself, you know, from, you know, the ambassador for, you know, Princess Trust, and also an entrepreneur, and doing so well within the community, Blossom Scent, which is something I want us to commend you, and how God has actually turned your life around and being here today. You know, it's wonderful. But we'll go. Let's go into
I just want you to give us one instance. Did you ever get, before we go to the prison part where you got caught, you got in there, but let's just hover around the other side a bit. Right. Did you ever like get to the point of thinking, you know what, I'm gonna get caught now, like I'm gonna stop this, or God,
I didn't care.
If you ever took me out of this situation, like,
right,
did you ever get to that?
No, I felt with the fraud. You know, there's so many times I got caught. I got probation. And you know the ways in the probation, and it's so funny. Before, where I was living in my mum and dad's house. Right. Yeah. So one time, then my mum came back. Yeah. My stepmom, she came back to live in London, and that wasn't working too well because all of a sudden I had freedom of my own, doing whatever I want. And whatever. Now she's decided to come back to England to live, and I'm thinking, nah, this is not gonna work. I remember I got caught and I was doing probation, and I just said to my probation worker that.
Is it before you got caught at the airport?
Yeah. I've been caught so many times on fraud.
Oh wow! So basically, you were caught so many. We missed that part.
Did you ever go jail for it?
No, I never went to jail for fraud, and I don't.
Was it because you were young?
No,
or it was for minor issues. Like.
No, I just think with fraud. The sentence, what you will get for fraud, and for the sentence you will get from drugs is two different things. You can do fraud about 100 grand, and drugs about 100 grand. Fraud you could get like 2 years, 4 years for the same money. Drugs you can be looking 12 years. Because drugs they see is that it destroys more lives. Yes. So they calculate how many lives those drugs gonna.
So that didn't have an influence on your mindset?
Yeah. No, with the drugs, I was never in the drugs game. I was never, ever in the drugs game. So I've never ever seen what drugs look like until I ended up in prison. Then that's when I saw drugs. Oh, wow. Do you know what I mean?
Can you give us a bit more account about what happened in terms of, you know, you getting into prison for the drugs?
Okay, so when I came back from Ghana, so I was coming back through Heathrow. And I'm very confident. I'm a very confident person. And they literally, that time my children was here and I went to Ghana quick. I was like, oh, having issues with my partner. Let me go on a little break just to show, like, you know, could do this. Like. And I literally got back through Heathrow. I could see it right now. Talking about it, I could see it. I can see the man's face. I can see their face. And I just picked up my suitcases, going through, and then the man said to me, "Excuse me, can you come over?" And I was like, "Babes, I'm on a run." Like, I was joking with him. I was joking, being my cheeky self. Like, nah. I gotta go. Like, I've got places to go. Like, do you know what I mean? And he said, "No, can you?" Then I started seeing that some more start coming. Then I started saying, "No, this is a different level thing now. This is not because I fly a lot, so I know I talk
how to get your way around.
Do you know what I mean? So this time it was a different tip. So when they said, "Can you come this way?" and they took me instead of opening my bag, they said, "Can you follow us this way?" So I followed them next way, and they said, "You know, you're carrying drugs." I said, "No, I'm not, babe. Like, don't be so stupid."
So like basically they had been watching you all along, or did you pass a point?
The drugs was in the bag.
How did you know that was in there?
It was. They must have tested it before. They have their dogs.
Okay. So they had taken your bag before then.
Your bag goes in.
It goes in
the suitcase go underneath the thing.
All right.
So then they tested it and they said it contains drugs, and I'm like, no, I don't think so. Like, no, it can't be. And you know that important thing where they ask everybody at the airport. This is advice to anybody from even now, especially it's coming to Christmas. Loads of people are going away. You're just, do you know what I mean? And like when they actually say, "Did you pack this bag yourself?"
You should say the truth.
You should say the truth.
Yeah.
Or did you have anything from anybody to give to anyone? Say the truth.
Right.
Wow.
From the word go, from where you're putting your suitcase on, there's a reason for that.
Okay.
Wow.
So when you're thinking, no, I packed it myself, and you know you didn't.
Right.
You're already guilty.
So one advice here, if you get to the airport and you ask that question, please
make
don't
sure.
lie.
Yeah, make
If
sure.
your
Make
mom
sure.
packed it,
Please make sure you don't lie. You might end up somewhere you don't want to end up.
Yeah,
you know
just
what?
say the truth. So they took me straight away from there to the police, and all that. This is not mine. You know, everyone's like, yeah.
We've had it all before.
You know, you need to go to the magistrate court. I went to so I stayed overnight at Heathrow at the cells. They took me to court the next morning.
That night, what was going through your head? Like, what
I
was going through your mind?
I was going through hell.
Like, tell us about that experience.
I was like ripping my clothes. I didn't know where to go. I was just taking my shoes off. I was like, literally, I had false nails on. I was popping it off.
Were you angry or you?
I wasn't angry. I felt stupid.
Wow. Disappointed.
I felt stupid. I felt like, no. And this funny thing I realized, bad news spread really fast.
Right.
Bad news spread really fast. So I was really like, I was thinking, oh my God, I've got so much things in my house. I need to, who am I going to find to get these things out of my house?
And it hits you at a time that you're unprepared.
Do you know what I mean? Like, right, they're going to go to my house
when you're not ready.
and then I'm going to be dug into more holes and stuff like that.
Unreal.
So God being so good, that didn't happen. And what's called, they didn't go to the house. And I ended up in Holloway prison. And
was that on remand or was you sentenced?
I was remand, straight remand.
Okay.
They didn't even give me bail.
They didn't listen to your story.
They didn't even want to give me bail, and that's when I know, like, there wasn't, because I thought I'll get bail.
And how was the experience when you just got put in remand in Holloway? I mean, a lot of
my
friends have been in prison, and obviously when they come, they tell you their experience. It's nothing. It's no joke. Especially when you go there, you know, you get characters and everyone trying, and you get people doing different sentences. You got some lifers. You got some long timers. You got some short time. How was that?
My first day at Holloway, it was when you say I was in hell. When I say the story will change to later on. It's not even a story. My life changed.
Your life story, which is the truth of your life story.
I hope you heard that at home. She said that it has not started yet. This is just the beginning. You're still on Omegahause Television.
Yeah, you can watch on TV.
Watch us on Facebook, Omegahause TV. Omegahause with an A. It's not an O, like a house. It's a German house, actually, yes. So Omegahause TV, both Facebook and YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe and like our Facebook page. Subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. Omegahause TV, wherever you are. I still want you to share this video. Well, it so happens that, you know what? We've got smart TVs at home. Look, if you have a smart TV at home, just call mommy, just call daddy, just call your bruv. Just call your sis. Just say, hey, come, let's watch something. Come and listen to this great testimony. Just put it on there. I don't know how your TV is like, but I know you can say it. Just put it on. Watch it live. Watch it like a pro. Watch it like you're at church. You know what I mean? So yes, we're still here.
The comfort at home.
Gina is still sharing her story. Gina is an entrepreneur. She's an ambassador of the Princess Trust, right?
Yes.
And she's the CEO of Blooming Scent. Look, she's here to share a great testimony. So, like I said, share it to someone. So, yes.
So, so the first night. So, firstly, you get through this gate and you go through to a reception, and there's so many women waiting to get checked before they go inside. Right. And the first instant, 2 officers come up to me, strip. I said, what?
Wait, were you scared going into prison then?
Was I scared?
Yes.
I was terrified.
Wow.
I thought this is gonna be the end of me.
Oh no.
They're gonna rape me, they're gonna kill me, they're gonna abuse me. You know, like you start watching Cell Block H and all those prison films and stuff like that. So I think, oh my God, this is really,
this is
it's
happening.
gonna be reality.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. Straight away, I think this is gonna happen.
Yep.
And I started being so terrified of my own shadow. I was the scaredy. I said, listen, when I went to prison, I turned into a baby.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I turned into a baby, and I know God done that for a purpose.
Right.
From that day, I knew that I started saying things, praying. All of a sudden, I find God again, and I started praying, and I started, please give me a second, I won't do it again. I will never be naughty again, and stuff like that.
What Evangelist, right?
Yeah.
You see what we were talking about last week?
We were talking about that.
You know, on the previous episode, you know what? This brings us back to that issue of foundation.
Yes.
You know, her parents took her to church.
Yes.
When she was young. Yeah. You know, so at that moment of loneliness, she was alone.
Very much so.
So she had to run back to what she knew. She had to run back to God.
And I think you know, you just touch on a real point. It happened to most of us.
Yes.
Like I said, when some of my worst times when I was on the streets, whether I had encountered of being shot or whether I had encountered of being stabbed, whether I got into wars, you know, I came out, some of them have scars, you know, when I had some of my wars. Yeah. All these things, I used to pray.
Wow.
Because I just like, please God, like I didn't like the lifestyle I was living. I think sometimes when you get, I was fortunate. I never got jailed for some of the stuff I did. So that's a bit of a different experience in her hindsight. But it's like you always reconnect back and know that there is something, there's a God there.
There's a source, isn't
There's
it?
a source.
Yes.
And you're like, please God, forgive me, please God, give me another chance. You always do that.
I never do that.
I never go, you know what I mean? Or even when you're near your deathbed, that's what a lot of us does. Yeah. You know, like the beginning of what you said, you said, know the Lord while you're still young, when in your youth.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because sometimes we neglect the fact that you don't have to wait until it's your last moment, till you're in deep moment. Know that, you know, the Lord is always there for you. Whether that's why it says, while we were yet sinners, Christ still died for us. Yeah. So everybody got this grace. And our life being a testimony, because we lived it and been through it. Sure. And in her case, I'm sure there's more that she can share with it, but it's mind blowing because when you know in life when you get stuck in a difficult moment, it don't matter who you are, and I'm sure at some moment anyone watching us live or right now, has been through the experience that when things hit the fan, and you're stuck and where there's no friend,
that's when you remember God.
There's no mother, there's no brother, there's no father.
That's right.
There's no one really around you, and it's just you.
And
that's when you know. No, look, there must be someone up there.
Someone up there, isn't it?
So then you start panicking and looking, and this is why it shows you that there's a proof there's God. Yeah. And you know, I see you share more of what you're saying, please.
So I started praying, and then they sent me to a room, and the room they sent me, it was with 5 girls in one room, and I said, when is oh my God, that's where I experienced so many things. I think outside I was so sheltered. I didn't know a lot of things. I've never seen it. I didn't ever see, 2 females kissing and all this. It was like, just like,
What was going on in there?
It was going in on my first night in,
And
you
must
know.
have been, what's
Oh my
going
God,
on?
what am I going? This is not right. You can't be doing this in front of me.
How many people per cell?
5.
Did you ever feel when at that point when you were praying to God, did you ever feel like
Did you get any
ever feel a
response?
connection?
Yeah.
Did you ever feel like
No.
God had
I just
to,
said, please God, let them take me out tomorrow. I'll change. I will change. Please God, I'll change tomorrow. I'll change.
Wow.
And what's called the cell experience became hard. We all had our own locker. That's when I said I became a child again. We all had individual locker, and I couldn't handle the prison food. I'm used to my heart. Like,
how old were you at this time?
well, I was 21.
Oh wow.
So very young.
21. I was 21.
And you had kids then?
Yeah.
So your kids was missing out on mother as well?
Yeah.
Those were your first twins?
Yeah.
Oh, you're blessed even. Your twins as well. Yeah, so and go on, as you were saying, please. Yeah.
So then I was called. Then all of a sudden, I start making different manners. You know, like one thing what I would say for our Ghanaian parents are like Ghanaian, even like all of us right now, we have manners, you know.
Okay.
We have so much manners.
That's right.
And one thing what my parents brought into everybody I saw was auntie and uncle. It doesn't matter if you're white or black.
Don't
As
matter
long
your
as you're
culture.
older than me, I'm calling you
Background.
auntie and uncle.
Sure.
And that thing what my parents, my family, or I would say your ancestors instilled in me came to save my life. In the sense that I start going, you know, when I'm dealing with the officers, I was saying, yes, miss. And then I started saying, yes, miss, yes, sir. No, free bag full, miss. Everybody was miss, everybody was sir. I turned into a good little girl. And they could not believe that I'm in prison. And the officers were fighting for me to say, you should not be in here. You should not be in here. And the ones who was in there, Ghanaian ones who were in there, I would say, auntie, uncle, this and that. And I was relating to them like that. So they became like, I became like, they started looking after me. When they started looking after me, and then lucky for me, somebody who knows my dad. That's why it's good. Whatever you do in life will affect your children later on. So if you're a bad person, your children will be the one who suffer later on. If you're a good person, your children will reap the rewards from that. So when you're doing something, don't think about right now. Think about the
seed
after
you're sowing.
Exactly.
It's like a soul seed,
Exactly.
like for
So
the future.
luckily, my dad has sowed a good seed. And this person happened to know my dad, so saw the name Moffatt. So the Moffatt, and you're Ghanaian. Are you sure? Then start going back to it and say, oh, you're from Ghana. Do you know this house? Do you know this? Do you know this man? And he said the man's name, and I said, that's my dad. The man dropped. I said, oh, Mr. Moffatt's daughter. What are you doing here? Your daughter is your dad is the most gentlest man ever. When I came to this country first, your dad's house is the house I lived in. Your dad helped me. Your dad did this. And then from then, the next day, I got my own cell.
Oh wow! So it kept getting better in there.
It started getting better in there. I got a job. I got a job straight away, and the job I took it on with pride. Yeah, and that's when first time I saw drugs. So I was working in the D0 where they detox, they detox people who are on drugs. Yeah, and there's still drugs still going on in there and stuff like that. And they are the ones when I started.
So they sell drugs in there, and people use drugs in there.
Come on, drugs is something is always going to be around. Do you know what I mean? So I saw my first drugs and I didn't know what to do. I was like, oh my God, what does this look like? Do you know what I mean? Where someone is offering it to me. And that's where sometimes they think they're sending you to prison, but they're sending people to prison, but that can damage them at the long run as well. Because if you're not strong enough, you become a part of that and you try something and by the time you get out, it's messed you up. And I remember the person offered me, I was like, no. Straight away, stayed away, never went to that window. Even when I'm walking looking the other way. Do you know what I mean? And I managed to finish that. And then as time was going on, that first year went smoothly, and then I got my sentence.
Oh, so you weren't even sentenced
for
a whole year? A whole year you was on remand?
No, I was on remand for about 6 months.
For 6 months?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
For 6 months. By 6 months, I believed I was going home. So I've given away all my stuff. I know the judge is going to see that, no, I'm going home.
Person.
And then my solicitor said, look at the facts. Look at the size of you. when they asked you at the airport, you said they were, you know, the jury would have to decide, yeah, that if you're guilty or not. And to be honest with you, your black stereotype of a black woman, strong, you're not a little timid, little tiny female. Do you know what I mean? You're a very strong,
Woman,
ethnic,
yeah, ethnic
and
lady,
stuff.
yeah.
And if I look at you straight away, I say you're the drug lord.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean? And the reality came to me, and then she put down the figures down for me. Yeah, she said, if you go guilty now, you could do a 6-year sentence. If they find you guilty, you can do 12 to 15 years.
Wow.
Yeah?
Wow.
So, calculate how old would your children be
When you see them.
at this age, and how old would your children be if you do take guilty?
Right.
You could take the gamble. And to be honest, I was like, no, I was going guilty all the way. I'm going not guilty, not guilty, not guilty. That morning of my trial, I said I'm guilty. And by that time, I had made steps in that prison. I have become somebody in that prison within that 6 months that I wasn't outside.
Right.
Wow. So basically, it's more or less like God put you there
For a reason.
for a reason to change you.
Yeah.
And then at the point that you thought you were coming out, he still said, no, stay there.
Stay there.
I'm not
I
done with
wanted
you
to
yet.
stay there. I wanted to stay there.
Wow.
It was a
Wow.
thing that I
Amazing.
wanted to stay in prison because all of a sudden outside didn't seem like an option. My friends, I felt like my friends deserted me. The only person who my dad and my mum was literally the ones who are there for me. Everybody else, the visits, everybody was running to visit me when I first got to prison. As the first month go, 2 months go, they all stopped dropping like flies.
Reality starts to
Even
kick
when
in.
you phone somebody,
Right.
they make it out like you're phoning them like you got free phone to phone whenever you want to phone. Oh, I'm really busy now. Can you call me later? I'm in prison.
Yeah. This man only
Do you know
trying
what
to
I
call
mean?
you.
And that really made me see that when I was out before, it was all about friends. If I didn't see my friends, I wouldn't get up in the morning.
They deserted you,
I got deserted.
all of them.
And that is reality.
Like we were saying this afternoon.
Yes.
You know, when God wants to work on you,
That's right.
he brings you out.
Yeah.
He isolates you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've seen that in every testimony that we've had on this show.
True.
That God, if God wants to work on you, he really proper isolates you from the people.
I didn't.
And he takes you through it.
I didn't
So
have a
that
single
moment
thought.
was more like a rehabilitation stage.
Yeah.
So that's why you sort of set your mindset for the challenge that was ahead.
And the things that we're hearing from my own friends, the things, you know, and I think our society, especially, I don't know about other societies,
Very
I can say
judgmental.
about Ghanaian society, we're very judgmental. We're really quick to condemn.
Wow.
We're really, really quick to condemn. I do a lot of these talks, but I do it out of the loads of Ghanaian, not in the Ghanaian circles. If like you go on the internet, you'll see me all over the place. But I never, because I feel Ghanaians, we're so hard to, you know, we judge. We don't. I always think that we always look down on people, but they don't really look close to themselves.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Everybody pretends that they've never done that. This one woman who said to me when I was in prison, it said, if you think about it, anybody can go to prison at any time.
That's true.
Anybody can go to prison at any time. So no one should be quick to condemn. Because you could just be walking, someone falls over, you're going to prison for that.
I think just to come into it, rather than sometimes what it is that we're too quick to say, oh, that thing that person done is bad. I wouldn't have never done it. That thing, but you know what it says, that he that thinks he stand, let him take heed unless he falls. And if you point one finger at someone, there's another waiting. So sometimes I think more things that I'll come into, and a lot of my times as well. You know, when I was going through my challenges on the streets and the things that I was encountering, you want to feel love. You want people to show you another way. A way with care, with a bit more support, with a bit more, it could have been me, or I was, I want to bring you out that way.
I never got that from I never got, when I say community,
in most communities.
I never got that in my the people around me.
Right.
I got it from outsiders. Do you know what I mean?
So how did you feel like when you felt that, you know what, I'm being deserted? What was running through your mind? How did you feel then? What was?
When I was rosy, when the money was flowing, when
Everybody
I was
was there.
partying, my house was full with people.
Wow.
When the chips was low, nobody else there to pull me up.
And I think this should talk to a lot of people.
When I was
That's right.
floating,
Yeah.
everyone wanted to hang on to me, leech onto me. But when I was low, no one was there to
abandoned
pull
you.
me up to say, let me help you up.
Wow. So what happened next? What?
Yes.
So I've got my
So you
sentence.
got a sentence, yes.
I was literally focused my mind.
How long did they give you? by the way?
They gave me 6.5 years.
Right.
Yeah, and so I had my mind focused to do my sentence, and I wasn't gonna be worried about nothing.
Right.
And I remember being in my cell, and I don't know what happened that night, and I started praying. And I don't, you know, when sometimes I go to church and people, I'm like, oh my God, they're putting that on. All of a sudden, I'm praying and I'm speaking this language, I don't know what it is, and I'm sweating, I'm crying, and everything was like, do you know what I mean? I was just like, something was going on in my body and I didn't understand it.
So Gina's still on praying.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Gina is still praying as of this moment. Look, you're still on Omegahause TV. My life is my testimony is the program.
Mm-hmm.
If you just join us,
Wonderful.
share with someone. Just pick up your phone, share with someone. Just say to someone, you know what? You need to hear this. You need to hear Gina Moffatt. She's here with us today, and she's sharing her testimony, a great testimony at that. You know what? If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, just go there, Omegahause TV, Omegahause TV, on YouTube and on Facebook. Like our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have here Miss Gina Moffatt, and as usual, our own evangelist, Bright Adade here.
Thank you, sir.
To support us today. And like I was saying, share with someone. So, Miss Gina, you were praying. You got to that point where you were praying.
Yeah, I was really praying. I didn't know what was going on. I was saying things I didn't, I don't know what was going on that night. And I was saying, and all I remember is I was saying, I want the people who are mocking me now, to see me sitting in a light, my name in lights, sitting with kings and queen, and all these words was coming out, fascination. I want my name plastered over everywhere. When someone sees me, they see me on TV, they see me on this, they see me on that. I want my name to be in lights. That's right. That's what I was saying. And I was saying, God, show me the sign. If you know, and then I hear noises in my room, like something was shaking in the window. Oh my God.
What do you imagine? Or do you hearing things? That's what people
No. Listen, to me that night, I felt like someone was there for me.
So what do you think that was? Did you ever?
Don't worry, it's coming. It's coming. And so I was walking the next day. I was walking like something's coming over my body, and I believe that God is gonna change my life. Something magical is gonna happen because God was in that room with me. Somebody was in that room with me because I don't understand what was going on. So already for 3 days now, I'm walking on like. I'm speaking like when I'm speaking to the officers, I'm speaking to the governors with confidence and stuff like that. Wow. So when I worked myself up, I got the best job in the prison. So I was an assistant to the governor, and that job has never been created before.
Wow.
Yeah. Within that 3 days.
So Gina, hold on a second. Somebody, we have some of our comments coming in, and somebody just made a beautiful statement. He says, "Your story is like Joseph in the Bible. It's like he went to prison for a crime he didn't commit." Oh wow. Okay, we'll hold that.
Hi, caller. This is my life is my testimony, the pursuit of righteousness.
Tell us where you calling from. Oh, it's gone off. Oh, we lost the caller. Right. So someone is saying that you went to prison for a crime you didn't commit, and you were promoted in the prison until you finally got the palace. Hallelujah. It's a caller.
Yeah. You pick it up. No,
pick it up.
Hello, caller. You are my life is my testimony, the pursuit of righteousness. Is there got any question or something you like to ask, please?
Hello. Well, try and call back,
Yeah, you
out
can
if
call
you're
back.
watching us. Yes, if you're watching us, you can still join us.
Call
You can call
questions,
in. You can send in
text
your
messages.
comments. The number is on your screen right now. If you want to call, just call and ask any question that you want, and we will gladly
And if
answer
you're
you.
watching, you can watch us on Smart TV on YouTube.
We're being joined today. Micheal Amoako, Modesto, Mickey, thanks for watching. Apostle Paul Kofi Ejekum, I see you. We see you today. God bless you for joining us.
Thank you, sir.
You're watching Eva New Love. God bless you. We see you watching. Adela Rimoy, yes, God bless you.
Thank you, everyone.
Rosemary
watching
Yaij says you are right, Lady Tina. God bless you. Somebody is blessing you. God bless you too. Akosia Chineboa is saying that you are so favored. He's saying the favor of God is upon you.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
God bless.
Marjorie Nunu, yes, and Evangelist Bride.
Yes.
You have a teacher here. Somebody is saying that he was your teacher in the school at Peckham, Charles Apiakakari. I don't know if you remember him, but we've got a teacher watching you right now, and I'm sure you must be proud of me right now.
Thank God. That's why hallelujah. Keep going, sir. Yeah, that's wonderful. Thank you, sir. And thank you for watching as well.
Saint
God
Thomas
bless
Apostle.
you. Saint Thomas the Apostle, that's right.
Yes.
Thank you for watching. That's the school I went. That was where I was done all my bad boy stuff. That's how I got known on the Peckham streets.
You know what I mean?
But you know, on the same time, I was to God be the glory as a good student. So thank you for watching us.
Yeah. So if you're watching us right now, yes,
thank you.
We still have Miss Gina Moffatt, and she's still sharing her story. Share this with someone on YouTube, Omegahause TV, OMEGAHAUSE TV, and on Facebook, the same thing. Just like our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you have not shared this video with someone, I just want to encourage you. Share this with someone. Let them hear the mind-blowing testimony of Miss Gina Moffatt. How God brought her from nothing to something. Hallelujah. Oh, wow. Miss Gina, yes, just powerful. So you were sharing with us. You said for 3 days you were just
for 3 days. So I got promoted. Wow. There was a job created out of nowhere where I became like a secretary to the governor, the #1 governor. Wow. And this area, no prisoner is allowed in that area because it's like that's confidential. You know, certain things goes on in that bit, and that job was created for me. Wow.
So you were able to. I mean, God was able to orchestrate a position that
for me,
was after that prayer.
Yeah, after that 3 days, there's things happening in my, for the whole that made us. And I was thinking maybe it was, I don't know if maybe it was happening, but to my knowledge, that is within that 3 days of what happened in my cell. This job has been created. #1 governor wants me to be sitting in his office, working in his office, and that opened the doors. When I say that opened the doors. I'm able to talk to this governor like I'm talking to you. Wow. Where usually you wouldn't get access to the #1 governor.
Hallelujah.
You've got the officers and, senior people, but you never get to the #1 governor. Right. So every day, so now this #1 governor is getting to know who I am, what type of person I am. Right. So he starts seeing, and said, Gina, what are you doing in prison? What are you doing in prison?
Wow. God is amazing.
I said, sir, I don't know. This is, I went into my little baby girl, and I don't know, and stuff like that. And the governor's like, said, what would you like to do? What would you like to do? I said, I don't know. I don't really know. So as time was going on, and then one day I went to work. I was saying work, to the governor's office. That's where I work. That's my job.
Was that far from the cells? Like where you were? Was it in a different place away from?
No, it was the same
compound.
It was in the same compound, but it's just
a
like
bit further away.
no prisoners go in there.
Right.
So
like his office.
In his office, I work in his office like a secretary, like an assistant. Okay. So like if he wants anything, I get it for him. Right. And stuff like that. So
did he trust you like that?
Yeah. And that's what I didn't understand.
Because you're sort of
because usually
convicted of something.
Even if not being outside judgmental, them themselves will be a bit careful because they think you're still serving a sentence.
This had confidential stuff going on. This is where so free access to everything.
That's amazing.
And then what happened? So like Tony Blair will come to the prison. Have a meeting with the governor. I'll be there.
Wow.
I'm there. So I'm meeting all these people.
Wow.
So left it as that.
That's right.
And then the governor said to me, Eugenia, the Princess Trust is coming in. I want you to go down to the meeting. And I was like, okay. So I went to the meeting, and then there was this guy from the Princess Trust called Dave Doughty. The guy is an amazing man. He's like my best friend right now.
Wow.
But he's retired now, but that man is so favoured and so blessed.
That's
He
right.
saw something in me what I didn't see in myself. So this man said to me,
Wow.
what would you like to do when you come out of prison?
What would you
I looked
like
at him,
to
I
do?
looked at him like this.
Wow.
I didn't remember, I didn't know what I wanted to do. But something came in and I said I wanted to do floristry. I wanted to become a florist. How many black women do you know say
There's not a lot.
florist?
There's not a
And
lot.
then the man asked me, why do you want to become a florist? I said, because there's no black florist in Tottenham.
Wow.
And I know those words, I was speaking those
But
words.
you knew it was God
but
speaking
it was,
through you.
Yeah, through
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
That's why I know, because
That's
I
right.
would have said, oh, I want to do flower arranging or something like that. I wouldn't have said florist,
florist, yeah.
because I didn't even know what
Yeah.
florist was
Was.
at that time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I said, I wanted to do floristry. And they said, why do you want to do floristry? I said, because there's no black florist in Tottenham.
Wow.
There's any shop on Tottenham Road owned by.
No,
do you
there
see
wasn't
any black
any.
flower
No,
shop?
there wasn't
owned
any.
by a black
I'd not ask
person?
you, yeah.
And they said to me, you've researched it. We can work on this. The man said it's easy. Remember,
Yeah.
this prison. You've got 543 women in the prison,
Wow.
and he's chosen me to do this project with.
So that means your prayer worked that night.
I
The
said-
difference of that
I
prayer
said
made a
me-
difference.
I think after this show we should change her name to Josephine. Because, you know, like this is just a story
That's
of,
right.
of
Yeah.
Joseph. I mean, in real life history,
Yeah,
really,
yeah,
she
we
went to prison
experienced
for
it.
something she didn't do, which Joseph did as well.
Right.
He went to prison for he did nothing.
Yeah,
You know,
and then just to come in and
I always say that, but I wasn't innocent.
No.
So when I say I wasn't innocent, because I was doing things on the road anyway.
Yeah,
Do you
right.
understand?
But you
so when
got
I ended up going
convicted.
to prison one time with them,
True.
or
But-
I would have been dead.
yeah,
Because
probably.
saying I could have been shot. Anything
Yes,
could have
anything
happened
could
to
happen
me.
to you.
Do you know what I mean? So God took me away for me to realize, because sometimes the people even around you, they can become your worst enemies.
That's very well.
Do you understand? So I understood
wow.
at
Wow,
that
that's
time
so
that
powerful.
this is what I had to be there.
You need to share this.
And that time I needed
People
to
need
be
to
there
share
for,
this.
because maybe who knows when I got that money, what would life would have been like?
Definitely.
True. You
Most definitely.
might have not have been there. You know what? If you're watching,
Wow.
I just want you to know that no matter what you've done, God still has a plan for your life.
Big time.
And
time.
it doesn't matter where you've gotten to. He can still bring you back on the course.
big
You know what I
time.
mean? Because I mean, listen to this. As at this point, I'm sure she might have given up. She might have said
have.
that, you know what,
Yes.
I'm done.
Because of no
But
hope.
that night she prayed that prayer, and look at how God transformed her life. If you're watching us, we are still on My Life is My Testimony.
That's right.
I still want you to share. It's not over yet. The best is yet to come. She's yet to share the good
Phone lines
story.
are still
Look,
open.
she's in
Questions.
prison. She's in prison right now.
Yes.
She's meeting Tony Blair. You know,
Tony Blair.
You and I, we have not met
Princess
Tony
Trust,
Blair.
I believe.
We are
Princess
out free,
Trust.
walking on the street. Like, you know what? She's meeting people from high places.
places, yeah.
And God is doing marvelous
Josephine.
things. I want you to share this
I should
video.
change my
Wherever you are, look, pick up the phone, call your mom, call your dad, call your sister, call
And if
your
you got
brother.
any questions,
Look,
also,
you know,
of
yes.
course.
And if you got any
Text
questions as well,
messages.
yes, just bring
It's
them,
live, you
comment
can
on
engage
them.
with us,
If
yeah.
you want to join us via phone, the numbers
can.
are on your screen. Just call in and we'll
right.
be glad to answer any questions I want. So yes, Miss Gina.
Yeah, so so Dave started working with me doing a business plan, and I said, but for me to be a florist,
Did he think you were crazy? Did you think you were...
no, they were telling me I'm amazing.
Wow.
Oh my God, you're an inspiration. Let's start.
And they haven't seen anything.
No, they
It's
haven't
just
seen
what you
anything.
told them that
Yeah,
you do.
yeah.
You without writing anything.
No,
That's
but listen,
favor.
This guy
That's favour
believed
right
in
there.
me so much.
Right.
This is not even it. So, but then he said to me, have you done the floristry? Do you have any qualifications? I said to him, no. Within 24 hours,
Wow.
Within 24 hours,
Within 24
the
hours.
prison and the Princess
Wow.
Trust are
Wow.
talking and making me arrangements for me to be able to go to college every day from the prison.
Over you.
And this is a Cat A prison,
Wow.
Holloway prison. So, from me to be
Wow.
able to leave Holloway prison, a Cat A
Class
prison,
A.
it's not open prison. This is for like sentence, straight
Wow.
hardcore, they don't do it.
It doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen.
Wow.
Within 24 hours, they're talking to each other.
This is the favor of God at work.
Talking to each other and trying to find me the best college to do floristry.
Wow.
They managed to find me a floristry place in Enfield called Capel Manor. And so I would leave Holloway Prison to go to all up to near Waltham Cross, go past Waltham Cross. So within about a month or so.
And how would you do this, by the way?
So
because are you being escorted by someone?
I said the first day.
Or you go by yourself?
First day, the prison had let me go with officers not in uniform, just like, you know,
casual like
officers,
us.
Casual, but because I had to enroll and they had, obviously the college had to know that I'm coming from prison and stuff like that. So the college principal and stuff said, yeah, they're happy to take me, but they don't want me to disclose to the other students that I'm a prisoner.
And how many years have you done then by now? A year, two?
Like a year, not about a year.
So just basically after you've just got your sentence.
Things start happening.
Yeah, you go on. Yeah, so then
things start happening fast.
Then the registration gone through.
So even though some people was thinking, oh, is she undercover? Is she?
I know what you mean. On the street, they'll say you're snitching or you tell a story or something like that. Or stuff like that. Maybe they might say, or you doing things like that. Yeah.
No, funny enough, none of the inmates thought that. They just thought, because they know how I was behaving. I was like, yes, miss, no, miss. The manners was there. I never abused anyone. I never cussed anyone. Do you know what I mean? It was a different tone of person I was. Amazing. And then, so I managed to get the college, and I was going, and I was terrified because I was so worried that something would go wrong in the college and I'll be blamed because I'm the prisoner. Oh, wow. You know, so I had that attitude and that mentality, and I was struggling to get back to prison on time. And one time, every time on the bus, I'm not allowed.
Would you still be escorted?
No, I go by myself.
Oh, now you can go by yourself and still have to go back and check yourself in.
Is it 2? I can't even remember.
Yeah, well, but you go by yourself and come back in.
So I leave the Holloway prison in my clothes.
And this doesn't happen.
This doesn't happen.
I've never heard of it. Wow.
It happens in the open prison, but this wasn't an open prison. Yes. So I would go.
Amazing.
I'll leave the prison at 7 o'clock, and I would need to come back at 7 at night. But where the college is in the prison, it's far in the sense of traffic and stuff. Because I've been finishing college at 5 o'clock, rush hour and stuff like that. It was difficult. And every time I'm on the bus getting scared that I'll be late and they'll take off my privileges, they'll do this, I'll let the governor down. The governor said, whatever you do, don't mess it up because I'll lose my mortgage, I'll lose my job. Please don't do that to me. Wow. And so it's like him putting his neck on the line for me to be able to do this. I wasn't going to let him down. So I literally got back to the prison. I said, I'm not going again, Gov. I said to him, sir, I'm really sorry. I'm not going back to college. Because I explained it's so difficult for me to get back at 7 because I'm always begging people on the bus if I can use their phone. And I have to explain to them that I'm going back to prison. I'm running late.
So at this point, you were not allowed to have your phone?
No. We're not allowed to go on have a phone, mobile, internet or go on internet because you can't post things on the... You're not allowed no internet.
So you can't take someone's phone to...
No. So I could take someone's phone to the prison to say I'm going to be late. And that's what I was having to do most of the time. So I thought I couldn't do that anymore. I just gave up, couldn't do it. Wow. So I went to the governor. I said I couldn't do it anymore. And I started crying. And they said, don't worry, let's see what we can do. The next Monday, when I went to reception to get ready to go to college, there was a license for me to go home and come back on Friday, so I'd only do a week in prison.
This is so amazing.
So,
are you being seriously?
So now I started doing
after a year.
Yeah, after a year. So I started doing
this is mind blowing. I know.
Wow, if you're watching this, you gotta share.
I'm telling you.
And if you got any questions, you have to ring. This one, this is serious.
Viewers, this is getting more interesting.
Wow, someone that's meant to do 6 years.
I told you the best was yet to come. Wherever you are, you're still tuning to my life. It's my testimony. Like I said, if you have not liked our page yet, like our page, Omegahause TV, OMEGAHAUSE. On Facebook and on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. Look, this is getting more interesting.
And you can even look her up.
I would say the best is yet to come.
Life story.
Pick up your phone, share with someone. It's not too late. Share with someone, yeah? So, yes, Miss Gina.
Yeah, so they gave me a weekend. Wow. So I would go, I would leave the prison.
This is getting hot.
Monday morning at 7 and come back on Friday night, say about 7 o'clock at night. So this, it was able to enable me to bond with my children, my daughters, because I left them so they was just babies. I was able to take them to nursery before I go to.
So just to comment, how did it feel like getting back home? What was the mood like? What was the feeling like? You know, how all these emotions that you were going through, how did it feel?
I loved
connecting back with the kids and
I loved it
and all that
because I was able to bond with my children.
Oh,
right.
But I hated it because I felt more safer. I felt more safer in prison, and I felt more loved and more like I had friends and community support in prison than outside. But because it's a weird thing. Listen, prison. The amount of people who's in prison, you've got doctors, you've got lawyers, you've got solicitors, you've got everything.
So
you
it's
can
not just
imagine.
the criminal, the
It's
ordinary criminal just on the streets. All right.
That's why I think people need to start. You could go to prison for so many different people. I know one lady, she was about 67. She was in prison for council tax.
Hold on, I think we've got a caller on there. Hello, caller. You're welcome to My Life is My Testimony. Let us know your name and where you're calling from.
I'm sitting down here laughing.
Wow.
Laughing. I'm sorry. This girl is so... She's a great girl.
Your name? What's your name, please?
Where are you calling from?
My name is Adade.
Yes, sir.
Okay, where are you calling from, please?
Yes, I'm calling from London.
Okay, all right. Go on, speak to us.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
She is a very brave lady.
Honestly,
Wow, yes.
honestly.
Oh, thank you.
Big time brave. It's mind blowing, isn't it, sir? The story gets it's wowing. Yeah.
Thanks for the show, okay?
Yeah, thank you.
God bless you.
Yeah,
Yes,
nice one.
I bet a lot of people are watching. If you're still watching us, just come. You can join us via phone. The number is on your screen. If you still want to, you can't call and you want to comment, just put in your comment. You have a question, put it there. I'll read it out and I'll ask her and then we'll get answers. So yes, Miss Gina is still talking about prison. She's someone who got favored even in prison where she was getting favors that never happened. Things that never happened to people.
Prayer. Wow.
By the favor and the message of God. This is mind blowing. Share with someone, call someone in. You know what? We're still here. My life is my testimony. Oh, we have another caller. Miss Gina, today we're gonna get bombarded with calls. Hello, you're welcome to My Life is My Testimony. Oh,
go on.
Oh, another one is coming in.
Hello, you're welcome.
Hello.
Hi, you're welcome to My Life is My Testimony. Your name and where you're calling from?
Marjorie, I'm calling from Tottenham.
Okay.
Hi, Gina. Hi, Bright.
Hi, Marjorie. You all right?
Yes, I am. You?
Good, very good. Thanks for calling.
Yeah.
I am loving the program. It's been so interactive. Then, Gina, you know what? You are so amazing.
Oh, thank you, my darling.
How are the girls?
Oh, they're good. Thank you, my darling. They're good.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
I know a bit of your story, but did not know the whole of it.
Oh.
Watching it today, it's been so fun and it's been the grace.
I know, right?
I know you keep saying to me, like, don't worry, things are going to be okay. But hearing you today makes me more fulfilled, and I know things are going to get better.
Yeah, definitely.
And then, I'm going to see you on Monday.
I want you to do one thing. I want you to share this video with everybody. Yes?
Yeah, share the video to friends, family.
God bless you.
And also, thank you very much for your support. God bless you.
See you Monday, hon. See you.
Take care. Bye.
Yeah, so if you're watching, you're still on My Life.
And the call out that was calling us, you can call back again.
Go back, yeah. So if you want to join us, you feel free. The phone lines are on the screen right now.
Open.
If you can't call and you want to send in a comment, go both on our YouTube portal and our Facebook. We will read out the comments. So yes, Miss Gina.
Yep. So, thank you for that, my darling. Thank you for all the support,
guys. Yeah. Her story is deep. Even me myself, I'm blown away just sitting
You know
here.
what I mean? Like,
I don't know what to say because it's true.
Oh, we got another caller. Oh, God. Yeah. Hello, caller. You're welcome to My Life is My Testimony. Tell us your name and where you're calling from, and then talk to us.
Oh, hello. Good evening. My name is Rosemary. I'm calling from Tottenham.
God bless you, Rosemary.
I'm just watching this program. I haven't even done anything this evening. But
Wow.
I'm very inspired. Tina, God bless you so much.
Thank you.
The
Thank
favor
you.
of God is upon your life.
Wow.
Amen.
Thank you, God. Because from where you've been and from what you are telling me,
Gina
I'm
is
really
amazing.
shocked of words.
Amazing.
I'm sure of words because not everyone gets it the way you have it.
That's
Yes.
right.
God bless you so much for sharing.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
Very nice to know, because what it is that friends can really desert you.
Yeah.
I've just learned a lot, because I'm into friends, but I've learned a lot this evening.
Yeah.
I've really learned so much. Be
Yeah.
very careful with what I do, what I say, even with my friends.
Yeah.
God bless you so much. God's favor is upon your life.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. I mean, yeah, like what you're saying is amazing. I mean, you can see her story is very
It's
touching, and
amazing.
we
The
are all
story is amazing.
and we are all very
God
much
is
moved
grateful.
from you know, from what she's saying. Even me myself, it's a testament like to me, and I know that she got such great courage. And you know, best of the times, you need to know that when you're in a situation like she did, took a leap of faith to act and pray to God, and where there's a will, there's a way, and you know, you can see how well she's done, and how she's here today sharing such a powerful testimony. But thank you for calling,
so much.
and you know, if you got any question you can ask. If not, we thank you so much for calling.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
very much.
Cheers.
Thank you. So yes, Miss Gina, I hope we are not interrupted by another call. But yes, if you want to, if you want to join us, I mean the phone lines are open.
phone
You can
lines are
still,
open.
you know, I'm
Question
going to
time.
read your
Any
messages
question?
soon. Yeah, if you want, still keep the comments
Read the
coming in,
message.
and then we will just, you know, read it out. Yeah, Miss Gina. So at this point, you
Yeah.
were given, you know,
Yeah.
a license to go home.
Yeah, license to go home.
Yes.
And so I started going home, looking after the girls as well, and started
Wow.
doing college. Everything was going well. And then I finished, so it was a 2 years course. So I finished it with a distinction for the first time in my
Wow.
life. But I always say my
You finished it with
success,
the distinction.
Distinction.
Well done.
Glory be to
my,
God.
with that, I'd always say I never done it alone. I'd done it with so many inmates, so many other prisoners, my own friends helped me with my homework. Because remember, we haven't got no internet. So all the research is people are reading books and people are giving me their knowledge
wow.
they have. So that's what I'm saying. I had an artist who's drawing me all the flowers when you open it up, the inside and stuff like that.
That's
I've
nice.
got someone in what's called the next room shouting out, what is the Latin name of this rose, that.
Wow.
Because in flowers, it's got loads, you've got to do it all in Latin and stuff like that. And I'm like, so they're shouting in the cells and Gina, come on, and they're like, what is it? So when I'm doing exams,
this is just amazing.
when I'm doing exams, I had literally, like, I would say about 50 people helping me with my assignments.
Oh wow.
So they're like, everyone is like, it's like Google, call a friend. If I don't know, they call somebody
call
else.
someone that
Somebody
knows the
else
answer
in the
to it.
next
And
floor.
this will be like at the weekend when you get your only 2 days.
Yeah, my
and
only 2
everybody
days.
will come together.
Everybody will come in together.
Would that be like your free times? Because remember, we've got
Yeah,
times that come
association.
ourselves,
Yeah.
association time.
The association
And how long
time.
did you have for that? For everyone to then help you with
No,
that?
because the thing is, and I was a listener.
Right.
So a listener is like a charity where they train us to go and speak to people. So someone feeling depressed and stuff. So I had this red badge that I'm able to move around the prison 24 hours a day.
Okay.
So I was a qualified listener, and so I was doing that with the Samaritans. So I would go. They will call me any time of night, and I would have to go down to someone's feeling
Someone need
really
help
low.
or they need-
They're feeling like they want to kill themselves, or they just need someone to talk. So I was doing that kind of duty. So that kind of duty was helping me do my homework at the same time, because I'm able to move floors to floors. The gate is open, and officer sees me, they'll open the gate at any time, and that really helped me. So I always say anything I have and anything I am
Amazing.
is because of the ladies in Holloway, because they all was a part of it. They encouraged me. I had people helping me do my washing. I got treated like a queen.
So God provided for you at that point in time,
And you know what? What God done as well, used me as an instrument to make other women in there want to do something as well. So all of a sudden, the prison regime was changing. People was on their best behavior to get
The same privilege that you
the
got.
same privilege.
That's why I said I'm gonna.
But you know what he said, this story, in comparison to how you're talking about the story of Joseph. And,
yes.
Sometimes the situation that's looking for the worst or terrible or bad or look down like there's no hope actually gave hope.
Yeah.
And this was just the beginning of making you to where God wanted you to be.
Yeah.
Because from, going through that transition of being arrested for something you didn't know, like there's Joseph, for example, his brothers was just jealous of him and where he was to come.
Yes.
And they took him and, they kidnapped, you might as well say kidnap.
Yes, more or less.
and put him, they tried to trade him and all that didn't work and they put him in a hole where, he will never be found.
Yeah.
All because they wanted to destroy his destiny.
Yeah.
But you know what? He got found and he went in to be a minister in I believe, in the land of Egypt, as it was in that time. And he bought freedom and he in the time where his countrymen and all that, the way they were going through drought, he was the beacon of the one that gave them hope and gave them away. And his brothers then came back to him to be, I would say, bow down to him, and he became the leader.
Yeah.
So in your in comparison to what you're going through, you just used one day and prayed, cried all your heart out, and you're getting all these
And I
favor
don't know
and
where
grace.
it came from.
That's
didn't,
so amazing. And from that, one prayer on one night, it's made such an impact. And that's what he said. God always hears. And
you know one thing that fascinates me about her story in comparison with Joseph's. You know the point where she got to prison and she was offered the drugs.
Like when Joseph got to prison too.
You know Potiphar's wife and Joseph. It's just mind blowing. And you know what? She was able to resist the devil. Then she said, "No, I'm not touching this. This is not me no more." Like
you could have take that drug that time and said you wanna get high and get off the stress of being in a prison. But one, you never touched it, and two, you still kept strong and bold enough to say, you know what, I'm gonna face whatever challenge I have to face. Sure. And God opened all these doors to you.
Yeah, he did. He surely did.
Yeah. So yeah.
So I finished with a distinction, and so I still had say about 9 months of my sentence left, or not even, about 9 months of my sentence. So obviously, if I finish college, there's no reason for me to be out any longer. So I would have to go back to prison full time again. And me going back full time prison, I found it hard. I found it hard in the sense that, you got used to just coming on the weekends and stuff like that. But I didn't mind it because it's my home. I like it. Prison, I loved it. I loved it there. And I always say that to people. People say, you love prison? And I said, because it made me a better person.
So did you finish your time?
Yeah. So I went back. I went back full time, and I went back to my job. And I never gave up my job because the governor said you could still do it at weekends when there's not. If it's not even half the time, there's nothing for me to do. But he just wanted me
to get your hands on it.
Yeah, still be doing it. So I went back. When I went, so I was carrying on doing my job. And I went to the governor. Gov, you invested in so much in me. Because remember, when I'm going to college, they're giving me money.
Wow.
They're paying for my books. They're paying for my everything. You invested your time and money in me. And you got over 500 and something girls. Why haven't you got a flower shop in the prison? The governor said, oh my God, Gina, you're just too much. Oh my God. And really and truly, guys, I was so scared because I spoke to him with so much confidence. Wow. Why haven't you, it's ridiculous. You invested in all this in me and and you've got all these ladies here. How could we have the flower shop here? So I went back to my cell for roll call. And that the same afternoon, about 2 hours later, it wasn't even time to unlock again. They said the governor wants me in the office.
Right.
Bedford, I said to you guys, that was the longest walk of my life. Wow. I was more terrified that I've overstepped the mark.
Wow.
Than me coming to the prison, because this man, I respect him so much. He's given me so much opportunities. I've just ruined it with my mouth being too overconfident and too over familiarizing myself with this man.
Wow.
And the man said to me, okay, tomorrow you're gonna start up your flower shop we're gonna give you outside the prison.
Wow.
In reception, what's called in the waiting area. You can have a space there and you can have your business from there. But that's all on you. Wow. We're not going to invest in it. You've got to find your own way of how you're going to run your shop.
Right.
Wow.
They're going to do the materials. So they took me to wholesalers to go and register. So the two officers took me again, explained to them that I'm a prisoner coming from Holloway. They said no problem with that. The lady who was sitting at the till, who was dealing with me, who was to register me, said, my son is in prison. I think you're amazing, do you know what? Any help you need, I'm going to help you all the way. I'm so proud of you. And this is a typical, this flower shop is in Waltham Cross, you know, is up suburb, all these middle class white people. It's only florists what goes there. So this woman just said to me, my son is in prison. I'll be happy to help you, whatever you need. Do you know what I mean? So this woman registered me and she became a good revenue for me because any discount I was getting maximum discount. Sometimes the flowers, if they don't need, they order too much, all of it's getting donated to my business.
Oh, wow.
I was getting ribbons. If they're having any clear out, everything gets given it to me. And then it's so funny, the officers, I said, I needed a bank account. And on Holloway Road, if anyone knows Holloway, there's a Barclays Bank there. The Barclays Bank can't open a business account for you as a prisoner.
As a prisoner.
No, it's not. It's, you know, even if they know that that's not. An officer, two officers took me in there. Princess Trust gave me a letter and said, this lady is in prison. We want you to open a bank account for her.
Wow.
The man said to me,
Amazing.
I don't know how we, because the
What
address
grace and
is, you
favour
know,
you
is
have. Wow.
H&P all The man said, let me speak to my governor. Next minute, they open a business account for me. The business account I've got now is the same business account I had from Holloway Prison.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the same business account. And the business account was opened. I got everything for that. And the flower business started. But I was struggling because I didn't have the materials. So do you know what I did? I started, the girls, one lady in the prison said, Gina, you know what? You can get so much stuff, you know. Exactly that. You know what? All of us are going to write letters to different businesses. We're going to go in the yellow pages and write to all the florists, any florist who wants to help you set up your florist shop, and tell them a bit about yourself. And we did that. And we got stamps. Everybody donated stamps from their own private collection. Oh, wow. And we sent it out. So we must have sent about 50 different florists.
All for you?
All for me. Wow. And we got one man who's a florist who contacted the prison and said, I've got a letter from this lady, we want to help her. We're refurbishing our shop and we want to donate all the stuff to her. But can I come and meet her? So the prison was a bit
skeptical about it.
You know, why does he want to come and meet her? So they arranged it. He came to meet me. He said, listen, my darling, he's a white, cockney white man, you're a proper East End type of man. Because listen, hon,
that's right.
I was doing bird. That's when I started my floristry business. But my thing is, I had a lot of money stashed away. So when I came out, I just opened a flower business.
Right. So here's someone who has a similar story to yours.
Yeah. So he said with him, he had loads of money stashed away
wow.
from when he was doing time. So when he came out, he opened a flower business. So this is all the stuff for me. Any help I need, I've got. And he just donated everything to me. He kept in touch with me all the time as I was going through my sentence and stuff like that. And then Nelson Mandela got freed from prison. So Nelson Mandela's visit to London came to see Tony Blair.
Right.
And then Tony Blair brought him to my shop in Holloway Prison.
Wow.
So I got to meet Nelson Mandela.
Wow.
And that day of meeting Nelson Mandela, it was like he was there to see me.
Wow.
What he said to me is, I'm going to be an amazing person. And what was called, amazing. I'm a remarkable lady.
Wow.
I'm going to be doing so many amazing things and don't lose track of what I'm doing.
Wow.
Because he came specially to see me. He's been asked specially to come and see me. And I was like, who asked him to come and see me then? So on his tour, Tony Blair, they just wanted to highlight what I'm doing in the prison, having a business in the prison. So he left. I'd done a car, all this mug things, I can print all these mugs. I was doing all prison mugs and stuff like that. So I'd done different things on it and gave it to him as present. So when he went, I got about a month later, I got a parcel from Nelson Mandela.
Wow.
And it was his book signed, his signed book. His signed book, and it's the film he done, Walk to Freedom.
Yeah, Walk to Freedom. Yeah.
I'm getting a lot of wows on Facebook now.
He sent me the book.
I'm wowed.
He sent me the book, and it's literally to me, you're going to be walking to freedom. You're going to be an inspiration. Your destiny, everything you're gonna do is going to be amazing.
Wonderful.
I believe in you.
God.
And a book is in my. I'll bring the book to you.
God is good.
And it was called. He sent me that book, and the whole prison was like, wow.
Glory to
the whole-
Jesus.
And the
And
governor,
you shared it with everybody.
yeah, the governor was like, how did you? What's going on with you?
Facebook is like
Like-
wow right now. Everybody
like-
on Facebook.
Nah, you know-
wow, like,
I was like, how
no,
did
this
you
is
get
real.
that? How did you get like? Well, how did he send it to you?
Yeah.
Why did he have that?
Wow.
And it was the big thick book and the stuff like. And I was like, oh my god! And that made me feel like extra energized and
bless.
extra energy. You know, like
Yeah,
sometimes
yeah, it gives
you
you that
need
new
somebody to give you that extra
inspiration,
push.
that
do you know what I mean?
inspiration, you know?
And all of a sudden, this
Yeah.
person's telling me that I'm amazing. I'm thinking, why does everybody keep telling me I'm amazing? Wow. What is it? I'm in prison. They keep telling me I'm amazing. They're so like, what's going on?
It must have
so-
touched you.
It touched me because for the first time, I didn't have to pretend to be somebody.
But yeah, you could be.
I could be myself.
Right.
I didn't have to pretend that I'm tough. I don't have to pretend that, oh, I'm this hard girl or whatever. I could just be me.
And you're finding yourself.
And I'm finding myself, and everybody's like appreciating me. For the first time in my life, I'm good at something. Like
bless.
I just feel like I just saw it like all I wanted to do in my life, just for my dad to be proud of me. Wow. Like
Yeah,
that man, my dad is the most amazing man ever, and I just feel like. Even me going to prison, he went to prison with me, if that makes sense. Because
that's
the community, like, what friends and what people, my dad is a very hard-working man. All his struggles, all his things, and all his hard work to build all these palaces. People believe that my dad knew what I was doing and he was enjoying the proceeds of that. So, you know, like when they start ridiculing the family, thinking, oh, he must have known. Oh, he must, you know? And that thing, that destroyed my dad. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And all of a sudden, I'm a person in his life, like, me and my dad are very, very close.
Right.
Yeah, and all of a sudden I'm taken away from him. He's jumped in.
He's must be broken.
He's on pension, but he's given up everything to look after my daughters. Given up all his money, like he's paying someone so much money every month to keep the house for me, to look after the kids, and all those things. All I was thinking is like, I've just brought shame onto my dad. Anybody else didn't matter to me right about then. It was just about my dad. I was saying to God, how do I make my dad proud of me? Do you know what I mean? And all of a sudden, my dad started seeing different changes in me. So I got released. Oh, wow. I got released early. I didn't want to get released. I had a meeting.
So how many years did you do on top of the year to get released?
No, so I instead of getting released 3.5.
3.5, yeah.
I just got released on 3. So I remember when I got my parole. Me and the girls, me and the inmates, my family, we had a meeting, an association. There's like, Gina, you know what you can do, you know? Go down Marks and Spencer's, nick a sandwich, you come straight back in. Like, you wouldn't even need that. You can still carry on, like, you know. And people was coming with different options for me to stay in prison because I didn't want to get parole. I just wanted to stay in prison. I was comfortable. I was really comfortable. I like the new me. I
think they got to you as well and they loved you. Like they rebuilt a great relationship and bond with everyone.
We had family.
It was union.
We became a family.
Right.
We became a family. We became each other's soulmate. We became each other's keepers. We became everything. And when I'm saying that, it's not just inmates. Officers, governors, everybody. It became like a unit. Do you know what I mean? And the only thing I was missing outside was, probably freedom and my children and my dad and stuff like that. That's it. But apart from that, I wasn't even meeting no man. I wasn't interested in any man. I wasn't missing none of that.
So you was focused on your goal. Like because you found yourself now, you really wanted to do. So you're ambitious to be successful in your business.
So the day I got released, I got home. And then the Princess Trust phoned me. They said, Eugenia, you got released. I'm like, we're so happy, you're so excited that you're here. And he was like, can you meet me tomorrow? And I'm like, okay. But I've got to go job centre first. Yeah? Right, I've got to go job centre first. And he said, okay, meet me after job centre. 4 about 8. I was like, no, I'm not going. I didn't go. He called again about 3 days later. steward. I said, no, this might be a setup.
Wow.
All of a sudden, the negative things start coming to my head, like thinking, nah, this might be a setup. This might be this. And then they said, what's called, the third time he called, this guy wouldn't give up. He said, don't worry, we'll pay for your travel. I said, that will prove to him that I don't have any money in it. So let me go. So I went, and they dangled a key in front of me, and they said, this key is yours. This key is yours, and it's at Bernie Grant Arts Centre.
Wow.
There's a unit for you, waiting for you to do your floristry. So within 2 weeks of being out of prison, they've got me a unit, and I'm sitting at board to give me like £5,000 to start my business.
Wow.
And straight away, I went for panel. The Princess Trust, like, here you go. Start. We give you a mentor. They gave me James. They gave me like me alone. I had like 3 mentors.
You had James Khan, and who else?
I had James Khan. I had Dave Doughty. I had Clifford Dobbs. I had so many. Like
everyone want to be your mentor.
Yeah, I just had loads of mentors, and it was just great.
It's the favor of God, isn't it?
Favor of God. They helped me go to do public speaking. James, when James came to see me, he said, listen, we're going places. He said, I don't like the name of Blooming Scent, no. I want you to change it to Gina's. I'm like, no, I'm not changing it. So now me and this man is arguing about changing. Me and him have got comfortable. I go to his house. I've got, like, we've become like a family and stuff like that. And then I said to James, this Blooming Scent name was given to me in the prison. And it was a competition I'd done in a prison that whoever comes up with a good name, that's the name what my business is going to be. And so Blooming Scent, something blooming and a scent of a flower. So this we had bad girl flowers, we had locked up flowers, naughty girls flowers, we had everything. But this one I chose, and it was the officer who came up with the name, and that's why I stuck to it. And so when the business was going on, James managed, we had a visit. I had to go and see Prince Charles with James. And we had to do, you need to see that video. It was was amazing. And that time, Charles was just starting to date Camilla. And you know me, I'm like, when I get comfortable with you, I could just talk, innit? I don't watch what I say. It just comes out. It just comes out. So we was all lined up, and I had my flower display and stuff like that. Prince Charles was coming to shake my hands, and I had the bouquet done for him to give to Camilla. But the people who are signs with Prince Charles said, you're not allowed to touch his hand, you're not allowed to do this, you're not allowed to do that. You must curtsy and you must
all that type of stuff. All the instructions.
All the instructions. So as soon as the man came over, he said, hi, Gina, and he knew all about it. I was like, yeah, okay, this is my first time meeting him. And James Khan is standing right there. And I was like, so he was asking me, how is it going? How is it been like? What's business been like? Is business growing and stuff like that? I said, yeah, and James is really good and stuff like that. And then he just became so relaxed. He shook my hand. I shook his hand. And then James Khan winked at me to say, put the flowers in his hands. So I picked up the flowers quick. And I said, can you give it to your missus?
Oh, wow.
And that was the first time someone was actually they're saying for someone to acknowledge Camilla that. Because everybody, it was behind closed doors, but we see it all in the gossip in the news. I said, you can give it to your missus. Camilla, you can give it to your... And straight there, me and him has been friends since then.
Oh, wow.
Do you know what I mean? So I think that broke the ice. He probably thought, she, done flowers. And she said, so he took the flowers and said, thank you very much, and walked off. And that was it. So then I started seeing him more at different times. Whenever they do events, I get invited to the palace. I've been to all the palaces I've been to. I had tea with the Queen.
Wow.
So he wanted, apparently he's heard about me, and she's heard about me, and she wanted to meet who this girl, the son is always talking about. And then I got to go and meet what's called the Queen with Prince Philip. That was amazing. And she gave her my flowers as well. I just said I've just been blessed with when it comes to, because what I said, they're just normal people. We're all the same.
That's right.
Yeah. But the prayer I prayed, sitting with the kings and queens, because me sitting with the kings and queens, it was in every single paper. Every time, like I'm in the paper. And not even I'm in different papers. I'm in the Sun, Daily Mirror. I'm doing this. I'm on this TV. This morning, I'm just so many different things, and it just started occurring. One thing I remember my dad saying. My dad said, You went to prison to come into the scene with Prince Charles. I'm like, so Prince Charles is on your speed dial. Come on,
listen.
You need
From today, my prayer topic has changed. I'm telling you.
You need to trust it up.
I am telling you.
But know that there's hope.
My prayer topic needs to change. Look, that little prayer in that prison cell.
Yeah.
Actually worked. Look, it goes to show you that it doesn't matter where you are. Whatever you say to God, say that little prayer. Tell God, you know what? I'm fed up. I'm finished.
Right.
I'm done. I just want you to take control.
Yeah.
And whatever be the case, He will come to your rescue.
Always.
Like I said, my prayer topic from what Gina is telling me right now, it has changed. I'm also going to pray. Look, God, let me sit with kings and queens. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like so, Miss Gina. Like so. Before you continue, at that moment, how was it? How did you feel? Like, did you ever think, you know what?
They made me feel special.
Wow, that's great.
They made me feel like I was the most important person in the room. I went to I met Bill Gates. They had the reception for me and Bill Gates.
I think that was the last one. Now Bill Gates is in.
Yeah, they had the reception.
Wow.
For Bill Gates in the House of Commons, and they invited me to go along to it, to share, like, tell Bill Gates what I'm doing and stuff like that. So I told Bill Gates what I'm doing and stuff like that. And the funniest thing, it was all the MPs were so, it's so funny. All the MPs were trying to get to this man, like this man was like gold dust.
Yeah. And he was giving that attention.
And literally, the security just pushed him out the way, and they brought him straight to me. Wow. And all his focus was, just me.
Yes.
Wow.
And I was thinking, really? Am I that powerful? Yeah. Am I that person? Am I this person they're making out for me to be? What are they seeing that I'm not seeing?
Right. So simple.
Do you know what I mean? I'm not seeing, it's so funny. Like some of these, like I had to go to St. James's Palace to meet Prince Charles for a meeting, just one-on-one. They said one-on-one. So I literally thought, oh my God, I was in the kitchen cooking and my hair was smelling of food and everything. I didn't even have the time to go home and to get changed. I said, you know what? Because the restaurant got really busy, so I couldn't go home to get changed. I said, you know what? I'm going to Asda. Go and buy a dress, put the dress on, put some ties on, bought some shoes, and I went to go and see Prince Charles. I was thinking, do you know what? This is who I am. Yeah, right. Do you know what I mean? Not knowing. They had hidden cameras there. They had Prince Charles. You need to Google that one day and watch it. You will laugh. And then Prince Charles. I went to the gate. They checked, security checked me, and they thought to me, "Oh, like, you can walk to them and go and knock the doorbell." And I'm like,
really?
So I'm going to knock at the doorbell of the Prince Charles. So I went and knocked, and the butler opens the door and goes, "Oh, well, you're welcome," and took me to the living room. So this living room, it had a grand piano, had pictures, and I'm thinking, really and truly, this can't be happening. Like, I'm coming from prison. Like, usually when I go and meet him, there's other people around. But this time, I'm by myself in this room and like in his private living room. Do you know what I mean? So what's going on? Is there CCTV watching me? Something watching me? So I went to look at the pictures, but I didn't want to move and stuff like that. It was like, oh, I didn't want, And then Prince Charles comes in and asks me to sit right next to him on the couch. So I sat next to him on the couch. And he was talking to me like how me and you are, and he said, "I'm so proud of you. You've done everything possible to make you an inspiration. Thank you so much." Wow. And he said, "Thank you so much for being in his life and him getting to know me and stuff like that." I'm thinking,
why is the prince gonna thank you?
Yeah, so then he said to me, "You won the Pride of Britain," and I'm like, "Pride of what?" And then all of a sudden, because the sofa, there was no arms, straight away I just slapped his leg and I said, and put my head on his in his lap and said, I'm just, and not knowing, the cameras was there videoing that, and they played it on the night I got my awards and stuff like that. So it was very emotional.
Wow, what a story!
Wow.
I got my dad to meet him, and when he was on stage, all he was talking was about me. Yeah. And the first thing my dad said to me goes, "I could never ever be. I'm so proud of you. No matter what university you've gone to, whatever you got to.
This beats it all. I'm sure.
You've made it
Yeah,
work for you.
that's right.
And I'm so proud of you. I love you so much. And my dad started crying, and that straight away, it elevated me to say, my dad is
well done.
like, my dad has made me like that. My dad died in April, and he went through.
May so rest in peace.
Yeah,
condolence to you. And
I
the
love my
family.
dad so much.
God
My dad
bless
is the most amazing man ever. Like,
bless you.
I lost my soulmate. I lost my everything. But
bless
in
you.
the sense, like, my dad, when he was lying there, all he can say is that he's so proud of me, and that made me feel like fulfilled.
Even
you know,
we're proud of you.
yeah, it's like, you know what I mean. I feel a bit lonely, but I know. He said to me, he knows that Princess Trust is my family. I've got so much a bigger family and everything. Like, I've got that safety net that I will never ever fall in again. And you know, I'm just thankful for everything my dad sacrificed for me.
You know something, Gina. You know, our condolence to you first and foremost, and may your dad rest in perfect peace. I believe that you made him very proud, really proud beyond your wildest dream. And I'm sure wherever he is at the moment, he's looking down on you and very, very, very happy for you. And I think that your life is so special and it's such a great testimony.
Yes.
And it just showed the people out there. It doesn't matter what situation you are in. It doesn't matter how life may, whatever you may come, challenges may come in your life. It doesn't matter what the struggle may be, whether you're in the streets, whether you're in prison, whatever the outcome is, know that there's hope. Gina's life is a perfect life of a testimony. And I'm proud of her, just like everyone is. I mean, her story is mind-blowing, but it's very inspiring. It shows that you can as well, by the grace of God, thanks to our Lord Jesus Christ. She said a prayer in prison, you know, and we all go through that worst moment where when you're thinking and saying, you know what, can I, you know, God help me, God intervene, God help me. And you know, sometimes, you know, that little prayer that you're saying, even if you don't know what you're saying or you're talking about, that make a very big much of an impact. And the favor of God came upon her, and since then her life has just changed from sorrow, from pain, from you know, looking down to glory, to victory. And you know what, Gina, you know, well done. And you know, you done, and also you're doing a great job with your business. And I know now it's not only just flowers, you're doing other things in catering and food and other stuff as well, isn't it?
So Gina, how's it been like from that moment till now? What's
it been like? I've got two amazing daughters. They're both 17 now. When I was in prison, they didn't know where I was, but my dad had them and looked after them and stuff like that. And I just thank God, like, everything what I wasn't at that age, they are, in the sense that they know what they want to do. They know they any time in the morning I wake up, I thank God for them, because they are just an amazing girls. I'm so proud of them. Do you know what I mean? They're annoying. They don't like doing housework much, but they're very focused in education. They're very you know, one wants to be a lawyer. One wants to do working with children, like pediatrician, doctor, and stuff like that. And now she's changed it to be a banker. And why I'm so proud of them, the places they're reaching, I wasn't reaching those places at that age. And I always wanted to show them. I wanted to be that role model for them, to show them that, you know, you can work hard and achieve what you want to achieve, and always have respect for others, and always look at everybody like your own. Don't look down on somebody and stuff like that. And they're really good. And I just had a new addition. My two boys. My soldiers, and they're like, they're 5 months old, but they're a miracle. Like, because throughout my pregnancy, that's when my dad was ill, and I just feel like God knows that what he was taking from me was so great that he just thought he had to fill my life with something else. I know, because I don't think if it wasn't for my boys, how I would be coping right now. So God is giving me the strength to have them.
I don't know how this happened, but all I would say is that this is just God. Like, even myself, that I'm sitting here, I'm just thrilled at your story. I don't know how this whole thing worked out, but I know it was just God. I mean, it's something that you know what, we need to, you know, as youth, as young people, because I believe you were very young then. I believe that, you know, at a point in time you were very, very, you know, afflicted.
Yeah.
You know what, probably you went into something that didn't really benefit you, your life. But I believe that there was a turning point, you know, and God always has a way of drawing us to himself. Like I said, he found a way to, you know, draw us back to him. And he did that to you.
Yeah.
And that little prayer, that one prayer, what was the prayer again? You said what?
Listen.
I'm very interested in this prayer topic, really. Like, like, what was the prayer topic again? Like,
I'm not telling you, I'm not sharing it with
please,
you.
please. Share with our viewers. What was the prayer topic? They said what? What? Say again, please.
Thank you. I'm not sharing it.
Look, I just wanna get that prayer topic back out there. Look, if you're watching us, we may be finishing now, we may be cutting off now, but you can still watch this program after we're done. It will still be on our Facebook page. It will still be in our YouTube channel. Like I said, if you haven't liked our page, you know what? Go back and like it. It's not too late to share still, because this video will still be there. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, just go and subscribe it. It is amazing. You should hear this story for yourself. If you just joined us, like I said, just rewind your video, go back, or just wait till we're done. After we're done, go to Omegahause, Omegahause TV, Omegahause TV, both on Facebook and on YouTube, for you to know that, yes, look, God is still doing wonders. It doesn't matter, like I said, it does not matter what you've done, where you've been, where you are right now. God is not interested in that.
No.
God does not look at your past to determine your future. No matter how bad you have been, where you are, look, God is still king. He can still restore your life from whatever you are to his purpose. He will still direct you back into his course, and his will for your life will be done in the name of Jesus. Wherever you are, I encourage you this day. Wherever you are, I am telling you that, you know what, like I always say, Jesus Christ still saves. Look at Miss Gina here. Look, that small prayer, that little prayer that she said in prison. She said, you know what, God, let me see it. I'm still trying to get that prayer topic. Look, it will come. Trust me.
Yeah, you got that prayer.
If you don't get it, rewind.
That opened up every gate for favor and blessing.
You, literally,
you know?
she prayed to sit with kings and queens, and she actually did.
Lived it.
Physically.
And still living it now.
Yes, she's still living it now. Look, so I'm just encouraging you today. Oh, you might be there, you might be afflicted. You might think that, you know what, my life is over. I've done so many bad things. I'm in a situation that I can't come out of. Look, there's no situation that you cannot come out of. Jesus will save you. Jesus will protect you. He will guide you, and he will bring you back into his love. Wherever you are, like I'm saying, don't give up. Just find your way back into his arms. If you have not accepted Jesus Christ as your Lord and personal Savior, at the end of this program, I will let Evangelist Bride lead you back to God, so that, you know what, he will fill your life with the Holy Spirit, and he will lead you and redirect you and guide you. We have a few more minutes to close. You know what, Miss Gina, I just want you, you know what, to look into the camera. But before we do that, I think
I want to ask a question, because obviously, Gina, you know, with your great success story, and thank you also, by the way, for being on the show, you know, because with all your prestige and getting you on the show, you know, it's mind-blowing to share such a story. However, I'm just saying that, you know, we've got a big issue going on at the moment within community. I know we don't have enough time to go into it, but just briefly, you know, with the knife crime and the gun crime going on in the streets. And I know that you're doing a lot within community and reaching out to people. What's your take on that, or something that you'd like to share quickly?
With me, I think the root comes, it's all this internet. It's all this, people are doing things, glamorizing things, killing each other and taking snap pictures of it and sharing it and stuff like that. And people are fighting amongst themselves over stupidness. Like before, when I'm back in the day, I was chasing money, but I wasn't chasing fight. I wasn't was trying to make money together. Do you know what I mean? And stuff like that. And I don't know what is going on in society so much. I think is something what us parents have to look at.
Right.
I blame a lot of parents sometimes in the sense of sometimes we pretend we don't know what our kids are doing.
Right.
Like we pretend we do, that your child is buying £200 trainers, £100 and something pound
Where's
trainers.
he getting it from?
Where is he getting the money from? But he's not working. Or he's selling what? What is he doing?
Right,
Do you understand?
right.
We're not asking those questions. And our parents, I want parents to start being a role model to their kids and stop being afraid
Very
to
important.
speak to your child. It's like these days kids are like, I can never talk back to my mum and dad even now. I'm a big woman now, I've got my children, but I can never talk back to my mum and dad. But now kids can talk back to their parents like it's nothing. And I'm like, why are you allowing that for that to come? Because what? Everyone wants to come to England and now they think England is, so they're watching Coronation Street, so the behaviour, what is on the soaps and stuff like that was on TV, they're doing it in the house and the parents are taking it. No, don't be accepting it. Do you understand? In the sense that correct your child.
Right.
Anyone can correct my children. If they see anybody sees my children on the road, they can correct them. And my child can come back and tell me, and they won't be getting no to say, who's she to tell that? I'll be supporting whoever, because I know if you're looking out for my children, is the best way. You can't raise a child by yourself.
Right.
A community can raise the kids.
That's true. That's
Thank you very much for that point.
So Gina,
anything
like I
last
said,
moment to share? So.
look into that camera.
Oh
say
my God.
encourage someone. Look, you came from there to there.
The bottom to the up.
We are walking outside. We have never met the prince before. We have never met the queen before.
Oh.
You were in prison meeting Nelson Mandela. You were in prison meeting Tony Blair.
Right.
You met great people.
We're all great. We're all great.
Yeah.
One thing I realized that we all have our own, like we have a destiny. And I just believe that, listen, don't be afraid to try new things. We all make mistakes. Don't think your mistake can follow after mistakes after mistakes after mistake. Because you made one mistake, you think you're going to carry on making that mistake. And what I would say to girls as well, please, girls, start investing in yourself and loving yourself for who you are. All this makeup and all these things are too much. Listen, right now, save money and buy properties. That's where the money is. All this money we're spending on hair, we're spending on bags and stuff, is not going nowhere. Let's invest in properties and make our future for our children. So what you leave for your children will make a good foundation for them, and they will make a good foundation for others. Listen, when you see the Asians, you see the Indians.
Yes, and different cultures.
Different cultures are doing it. So why can't we do it? Yeah. The first thing when I start making money, I thought, I remember when the Princess Trust gave me that $5 grand, I just come out of prison. I thought, I'm going to buy a new massive plasma TV.
That's that old thought.
That's the old thought. Yeah. I trapped myself and said, no, I'm going to turn this money around. So now I can buy whatever TV I want. Do you understand? So what I'm just saying is, don't try and follow. Don't be a follower, be a leader. I've tried to bring my kids up to say they should be leaders, not followers. Like you said, the new trend. If you saw what hairstyle was going to come on the show, what I didn't come on the show with, you guys would be like, she's crazy. Literally, this was like, it's my staff who literally put me together and said, no, you're not going on air like this. So just be yourself. Work hard for whatever you want. Don't think you need to go to a man or anyone to provide it for you. When you're confident in yourself and you're providing for yourself, the man will respect you even more. And your price or your value, what comes to you, is even 10 times more. And it opens different doors and different avenues. And you become that person what nobody else can talk down to you or abuse you or whatever. Your level raises. And when I'm saying that, when your man or your partner is doing something was not good, don't try and encourage it, thinking you're enjoying the money, so it's all right, you're not doing it. Because furthermore, when that man gets taken away, you're not going to have nothing. When that man loses everything, what are you going to have to fall back on? Nothing. Learn to work together and build something solid. When you work hard for the money, it doesn't go easily. Any person who's been on road will tell you, I've made so much money. Where's the money now? They can't, because you can't even use it to do nothing. Because it's vanity money. It just like that's how the devil has made it. It's giving it to you like that to floss it out. It's just like you will never preserve it. If you make a dime, trust me, that £1 you make that hour, you would appreciate that pound even more
Wow.
than
Well
making
said.
millions.
Well said.
Well.
I do
That's
talk
amazing.
a lot. I did
No,
tell
but
you
that's good.
guys.
Well said.
It's
No,
all
you
right, it's
good, you
allowed.
got that.
That's why you're here. Well, viewers, I even don't want to get off this chair.
Me
But
too.
look, so soon we need to come to an
Let's
end.
give
And you know what? We're supposed to go for an hour or so.
Yeah.
But
Have
we
we got
ended up
more?
going about. We've been staying here for 2+ hours.
Oh my
Yes,
God,
go
it
ahead.
didn't seem that long.
I'm sure we could have been
I
here
didn't
for
even
more
know.
if you had to share it.
Yeah, I didn't
So-
think it was going for that long. But I mean, you know what? It's been a great time. You know, we have had a great testimony.
Amazing.
God has proven himself in our sister's life.
Yes.
You know what? He's brought her from nowhere, and then look, brought her
Well done,
from
honestly.
prison. You know what? She was meeting presidents in prison. She was
That's
meeting
right.
great people. You know, she prayed a prayer in prison. She
Right.
said, "God, I give it all to you.
give it all
I'm
to
done.
you."
Like, you know what? Take over, take control."
That's right.
And God was there to, you know. But before we leave, I just want, you know, Evangelist Bride, in case or in the moon in the issue of you not giving yourself to Christ. If you're here right now, if you're watching us right now, and you feel like, you know what, I want to give my life to Christ, today might be your only chance. Today might only be your opportunity. Look, we are not promised tomorrow.
No.
It is only by the grace of God that we wake up every morning and move in and out. Look, I just want you to give your life to Christ. He's the way. He's the only way. He's the only way to heaven. We are all, you know what, visitors on this earth.
Yes.
At the end of the day, we are going to give an account of
yes.
our lives. My brother, my sister, have you asked yourself, where am I going from here?
Yeah,
You know what my producer once said, so it's not about when we're dying or where we're going to die. It's about where you're going after you're dead. Look, and I'm telling you, heaven is real.
Heaven
Hell
is very
real.
real. Yeah.
My brother, my sister out there, whoever you're watching us,
That is true.
if you have not given your life to Christ, I just want you to give your life to Christ right now. He's the only way. He's the only way to salvation.
That's right.
Mr. Bright, I just want you to lead someone out there to Christ right now.
I just want to say first and foremost, thank you, Gina, Moffatt, thank you for such a great testimony. God richly bless you, and may He enlarge your coast and keep doing wonders in your life. Thank you, Bedford. Thank you to Omegahause TV. Without them, it would have not be possible. Thank you to all our production team. Thank you to everybody watching at home as well. I just want you to know, like as Bedford is saying, you know, as it says in Romans 3 verse 23, it says, "For all have sinned, including us, including you, including everybody, have sinned and has fallen short of the glory of God." So it means that it doesn't matter about your wrongs, it doesn't matter about the mistakes you made. We all go through it, you know. But as it says in Romans 6 verse 23, it says that for the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life through our Lord Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ loved you. That's why He sent His only begotten Son, as it says in John 3:16. He said, "For God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whosoever believe in Him will not perish but have everlasting life." Gina's testimony is such a powerful testament. And our testimony, this is the reason why we do this. That you know that God saved, Jesus Christ saved. That's why He came to die for you. It doesn't matter what you're going through. It doesn't matter what you're stressed. It doesn't matter what your depression. It doesn't matter what you're fighting against. It doesn't matter what situation you're in. God will locate you with that favor. Just if you haven't accepted Jesus Christ and said Lord and Savior, say, "Dear Jesus, forgive me for my sins. I accept you as my Lord and my Savior. I repent of my sins. Just today, make me new. Make me a different creation. Because anyone who comes in you is made new." And from now on, start praying, read your Bible, and seek the Lord. Accept Him as your Lord and Savior like we did. And that's the best thing you ever made. God bless you and have a great evening. Thank you very much.
So yes, that having been said, join us same time next week. It's been Omegahause TV, and this program is My Life is My Testimony. Thank you, Gina, for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you, Evangelist.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you,
Adade.
Mr. Bedford.
God bless
Thank
you
you
all for watching.
Thank you very much.
It's
Thank
same
you.
time
Thank you all.
next week.
God bless you.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gina. Thank you, guys. Wonderful. Thank you, Omegahause.
Thank you.